Hello and welcome to Jamie Gent Stadium here on a beautiful Friday night as the Hazlet Vikings look to kick off their season with a win against the East Lansing Trojans. Jake, give me a few keys for the game here as the Vikings look to get their first win of the season.
Well, I think the key for the game for the Vikings is creating a good run game. If they don't find a good run game, I don't think their chances are very high in this game.
They're returning their three starting running backs from last year, but they have lost some depth on the offensive line. That's definitely going to be a key. But East Lansing has also lost a lot of players with the FA going to Division I football and Chris Hagan also going to the Dayton Flyers. Jake, tell me a little bit about East Lansing's team.
Well, I feel their defense is strong this year. I don't know how their offense is looking with a rookie quarterback, but we'll have to see.
We'll see how he looks out there as they run primarily shotgun as the Hazlet Vikings work out of the wing tee with 3 running backs, 2 tight ends, no wide receivers, but it's been pretty good for them here as Coach O's been a mainstay here at the Hazlet Vikings. They've made numerous playoff appearances and really put a staple in the program with the wing tee offense. Jake, tell me a little bit more about that wing tee so our viewers out there know how it works.
Well, the wing tee is a 3-back setup with 1 quarterback, and it's mostly run every play and then throwing some passes every once in a while.
And the passes this year are going to be coming from Bryce Dickman, junior quarterback. He's got to fill in the shoes of Adam Foran last year, who's up playing at Hope College this season. Bryce has a strong arm. He's a little on the small side, though. Jake, what do you like about Bryce?
I like his arm. That's where he excels. He's a smart player, which really helps out this wing tee because it's really just decision making.
He's definitely very cerebral, and he's got, like I said, a good group of backs behind him. The big question mark is going to be the offensive line, though. They're very small, and they lost a potential member of that offensive line, Griffin Fox, to injury, but they do have Sam Rathbun, who was a honorable mention for the All-CAAC Red team last year, and he's looking to play football next year along with some other players on this team. So it's going to be important for them, the offensive line, to get a good push to help this running game work. And their defense, Jake, what do you like about their defense, Hazlet's defense?
Their defense is strong this year. Jackard's playing linebacker, and their corner, Danny Turpin's really, really good.
Last year, Josh Jackard had a big interception in the last game of the year against Chelsea to help seal a playoff spot for the Vikings. They did lose first round to their arch rivals, DeWitt, but it's a new year, and they're looking to have a great year. So we're going to cut out here to check out the band and the national anthem, but we'll be back ready for the start of the game.
6, Sam Majenki, 2, Connor Brewer, and 64, Sam Rathbun. Hazlet won the toss and deferred to the second half. The Trojans of East Lansing will receive to start the ball game. Please stand or pause in place. The Hazlet community is mourning the loss of 2 Hazlet High School student athletes over this past summer. This time we would like you to take a moment of silence to remember Emily Rapson and Micah Magnuson. Thank you. Please remain standing for our national anthem.
So we're getting set here for football as the band exit the field and the players get ready to go. Last year was the 10th anniversary of this game being played on opening week as the Trojans rolled to a 35-10 victory, winning their third out of the last 4 appearances here at the Vikings. So the Vikings need to get this back on track, start winning this first game rivalry and get off to a good start to their season. Like I said, they lost pretty badly last year, and but East Lansing's got a lot of new faces, so Hazlitt is looking to take advantage of this opportunity, playing the first game and getting out here and getting a win.
Yeah, the Vikings need to establish a good opening game because last year they started 0-2 but still managed to make the playoffs. So if they start on a good foot, I think it'll really help out their season in the long run.
Has their first game here against East Lansing. They're at Okemos next week, at Owasso, then at DeWitt. They're our rival. Then they're home against Ionia, Fowlerville, St. John's, Williamson before closing on October 19th at Chelsea. East Lansing, on the other hand, starts here at Hazlitt, plays Chelsea at home next week, followed by playing at Jackson, having Lansing Eastern at home, playing at Holt, at Everett, home against Sexton, home against Grand Ledge, and then again on October 19th, playing at Okemos. So a big game here for both these teams. Look to start off their season right. East Lansing was picked 5th in the coaches poll in the CAC blue, and Hazlitt picked 3rd in the coaches poll in the CAC red. So both are looking to kind of go against the norm as to what these coaches are thinking they're going to do. And it's going to be important for them, like I said, to get off to a good start and move up the standings of their league. Hazlitt won the toss and deferred, as we look at them getting a talking to from the special teams coach Hamilton.
The Trojans of East Lansing.
The Trojans are now entering the field, dressed in their white jerseys with blue trim and white helmets.
Patrick, I'm not going to lie, they look fired up.
Yeah, they really do. Hazlitt looked just as fired up when they came out, but they're now at a standstill watching East Lansing come out. Hazlitt's in their blue jerseys with gold trim, blue helmets with no decals, Jake. That's something they tried new this year, no logos or anything on the helmet. What do you think about that?
Well, the helmets are new. They're called, what are they called, Patrick?
I don't know. I just know that they're...
Carbon. Something
carbon.
Carbon.
That's right.
They think it looks cooler without the decals, so we're just going to see how if it works.
Sounds like a personal choice by them, but hey, whatever can help them get a win. The Vikings are coached by Charlie Outlewski. He is 163-64 here in his time here at Hazlitt. He started coaching in 1994, and he's been the head coach here ever since. East Lansing's coached by Bill Farraco. He's 65 years old, and he's coached here at East Lansing since 2004. He's 45-39 at East Lansing, and 66-80 as a high school head coach overall. So both these coaches are veterans, but they're still looking out here, something to prove. Coach Charlie Outlewski is assisted by Jeff Woodworth, Nick Hamilton, Jeff Bott, and Nick Shibley. Jeff Woodworth is defensive coach. Jeff Bott is offensive line coach, and Nick Hamilton also helps on defense and with special teams. The East Lansing coach is assisted by Andy Brett, Gianni Ferraccio, Javier Lara, and Adam Nolan. And the Vikings are here getting ready to kick. Number 19, Bryce Dickman is their kicker. Also the quarterback, really multifaceted, Jake.
He's a talented guy. He also plays basketball and baseball.
Yep. We'll be on the varsity teams for both of them this upcoming year, so 3-sport athlete.
Varsity and famous Tyra, deep 3 Lansing.
Number 2, Parity, and 24 rather, Russell back to receive the kick, and we are underway here at Jamie Gent Stadium. Number 20, Tyra with the reception. Cuts up the middle, down to the right hash, and he's got room to work. He's going down to the 40, 30, 20, down the right sideline, 10, getting chased down by Tom Baldwin and knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is not the start.
If you're the Vikings, that can't be the start you wanted. He had a lot of blockers out in front of him and room to work down the right sideline, and he really took advantage of that.
That's really a momentum shift. So Hazlitt was all pumped for their home game, and now East Lansing makes it seem like they're at home.
That's number 20, famous Tyra on the kick return. That said his name wrong getting ready, but I'm going to remember his name after that kick return.
He's a talented kid, Patrick.
So now the Trojans have it on the 2-yard line. They are quarterbacked by Jake Pendred. He's a senior, didn't start last year. And so he's looking to start off his senior season right here.
Really his last hurrah as a Trojan.
He's looking to make the most of it, definitely. He's number 12. The Hazlitt defense trying to pump themselves up, get a stop here on the 2-yard line. The Trojans coming out appears to be a goal line set, and it is indeed. And the fullback, number 44, Armin Mughal back there, and the running back, number 22, Kenny Washington. And they give us to Washington on the left side, breaks it outside, and he will get in for an East Lansing Trojans touchdown. First play of the game, and number 22, Kenny Washington, gets in for the score. Jake, you can't be happy if you're the Hazlitt defense and special teams.
No,
Rough start.
that's just too easy. 2 easy plays for the Trojans. They made it look like they were playing against like 4-year-olds out there.
That's not what you want for if you're Hazlitt. They're down 6-0 here with 11 minutes, 42 seconds pending. Really about as quick as you can go for the Trojans. And number 11, Ali Kamali, will be their kicker as they look to make this a 7-point game. High snap. Pendred brings it down and he kicks it in. Number 11, Ali Kamali, for the extra point. And we are quickly 7-0 Trojans here at Jamie Gent Stadium. Only 18 seconds into this ball game. So coach is going to have a stern talking to with the Vikings here. And hopefully they can
Kamali's kick is good.
rebound here on offense.
Hazlitt, nothing.
It's not the start I expected, and I'm pretty sure that's not the start Hazlitt expected either.
If you're the kickoff team, you've been working at this for training camp the past 2 weeks. I'm sure they've done tons and tons of kickoff returns, but you can't let that happen at the start of the game.
Well, right now Hazlitt has a chance to match that run back, and hopefully they can.
They got to score quickly here before they let this game. The momentum swift to East Lansing. It's already on East Lansing's side, but the Vikings got to gain it back here after a pretty poor drive on their part in terms of special teams and defense. So number 2, Connor Brewer. Number 6, Stanwood Jenke, back to receive the kick for the Vikings, hoping to recreate the magic that number 20, Kenny Washington, did for East Lansing.
The 2 return men are probably the 2 most electric players on the field.
To go along with Josh Jacker, those are the 3 best guys with the ball in their hand. So
most athletic for sure.
And Pendred's going to be kicking it off here. He's the quarterback, the holder, and the kicker too. That's a pretty impressive resume for the senior QB. And he squib kicks it down. It's going to be recovered by Stanwood Jenke. He picks it up and looks to go down the middle. Brought down at the 30-yard line. The offense for Hazlitt's going to come out here and look to make a difference and bring the Vikings back in this game.
The Vikings have a little bit more work to do than the Trojans did on their first drive.
Yep.
On the tackle.
That's just what happens if you return the ball to the 2-yard line.
The Hazlitt's going to have it at the 31-yard line, whereas the Trojans had it at the 2. So going 69 yards instead of going 2. Vikings here in the wing T set. Jackard, Brewer, and with Jenke in the backfield, and they give us to Brewer to the right side. Picks up a good gain and pushing it outside down the right field. Right sideline, he's down at about the 47-yard line. Good gain for Brewer.
That is a strong run by Connor. That's the way you want to start a season.
He is going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. I mean, he's great last year as a junior, looking to have a strong senior season.
First and 10, Hazlitt.
As you see Bryce coming down to get the sign from Coach Aluski, he then goes back and relays it to his whole team. So the signal caller, the kicker, and the QB. So that's an important set of duties for Dickman.
The bleachers are getting filled out here, Patrick. We're getting a full house.
It's a big game, one of the games to watch here in this opening week of high school football as the Vikings set that first and 10 play. And they give us to a Jenke to the left side. Wrapped up by number 2 and number 10 for East Lansing. That's Devin Partry and Tyler Gulick.
Stop by number 10.
Looks like a loss of 2 on the play.
Yep, loss of 2. It's going to be second down for the Vikings. So as you see, we've already seen 2 outside runs. The Hazlitt Vikings feature 3 running backs, with Jenke and Brewer on the outside of the halfbacks, where Jackard acts as a fullback. He'll block a lot and then sometimes get a run straight up the middle, where a guy like Colby Cassidy last year really excelled in that role.
You really have to watch the bootleg, too, from Dickman. They really like to throw that wrinkle into the offense.
And they give us to Brewer to the right side. Cuts it back up the middle with room to work.
That's 2 huge runs for Brewer to start this game.
To carry. Started right, cut up the middle. Good block there for the fullback Jackard. He's down to about the 36-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Vikings.
Goodman on the
Third down, sorry. They're about a half a yard short.
That results in a Viking
first down again. I'm wrong again.
The ball is at the East Lansing 37-yard line.
37-yard line.
The Vikings like to lull the defense to sleep with running plays and then hopefully catch them off guard with the pass play. So I don't know if you'll see it this drive, but maybe next drive.
They'll keep running until they get stopped, and they'll try to sneak in a play-action pass here, especially on like a 3rd and long or something like that. Dickin with the snap, and they give us to Brewer again as he cuts it to the right side. Tackled at about the 34-yard line.
On the carry. Stopped by number 90, Patrick Moriarty.
He's brought down by number 90, Patrick Moriarty. Big guy there on the East Lansing defensive line.
Yeah, he's really a defensive leader out there for the Trojans.
Second down,
as you look at the pure size of both teams, East Lansing's definitely got the size advantage in terms of their linemen. Besides Rathbun there at the middle for the Vikings, their offensive line's a bit on the small side, and East Lansing's just kind of looks towering over them. 2nd and 8 here for the Vikings on the 35-yard line. Dickin under center. And they give us to Wajanki, who's stuck in the pile, getting pushed around. Be a gain of 1 or 2 there. It'll bring up 3rd and about 6 for the Vikings. As we can see, heavy runs to Brewer and
Wajanki on the
Wajanki.
carry for the Vikings.
Brewers runs going to the right, Wajanki's coming to
Moriarty
the
on the
left.
stop.
They're really the offensive leader of these this Hazlitt offense.
And as you can see, Hazlitt doesn't line up any wide receivers, so if they will pass, it's going to be the running backs out of the
Third
backfield and
down,
the tight ends. The
5.
tight ends, Parker Underwood, he's a sophomore, and Todd Baldwin, a senior. So they're going to be looking to be big pass catchers here on downs like this, 3rd and 5. But Jake, you also have to think about this could potentially be 4-down territory for the Vikings.
Right.
So they might try to go for 2 runs here, maybe 1 for 3 yards and another 1 for 3 yards to pick up the first. We'll see here as the O-line gets set. Dickman keeps it. He's rolling. Got no one open, and he's going to take the sack by number 90. Patrick Moriarty,
Dickman brought
2
down
big
by number
plays.
90, Moriarty.
Dickman rolled to his left, couldn't find anyone open, and just had to take the sack. So
Yeah, they tried to pull a quick one on East Lansing with a pass, but Dickman just couldn't find anyone open and had to
that's
had
one.
to take the sack.
That's one issue about not having any wide receivers. It's going to take a while for the
4th
receivers to
down,
get open.
13 for the Vikings.
So it's 4th and 13 for the Vikings.
It looks like they're going for it.
Danny Turpin's checking in for number 24, Parker Underwood. So definitely looking more pass-oriented here on this play. They're going to have to be with 13 yards to gain.
Dickman has a great arm, so I wouldn't be surprised if they completed the pass right here.
He's going to need to have some time, though, to throw. And as you see, Danny Turpin lining up on the right side is wide out, and Connor Brewer lining up on the left side is wide out. Dickman calls a timeout, though. Timeout Vikings here with 8 minutes, 18 seconds left. It's 4th
Timeout,
down,
Hazlitt.
13 yards to go on East Lansing's 41-yard line. So
During-
as you can see, they're trying to catch East Lansing off guard with some pass formations, but they obviously couldn't get in the right set there.
During training camp, there's a little bit of a quarterback battle between Sam Wajanki and Bryce Dickman. But Bryce Dickman was awarded the start because he has a stronger arm than Wajanki, even though Wajanki might be a little bit more athletic.
And you also have to take in consideration that Wajanki plays defense, so you wouldn't want your starting QB getting hurt on defense, whereas Bryce only plays one way offense. And Wajanki's such a weapon in the backfield, it makes sense what they did here. So the Vikings quickly down here, 7-0 early. About a 90-yard kick return to start off the game from East Lansing's famous Tyra down to the 2-yard line. And then number 22, Kenny Washington, ran it in. Very, very easy drive for East Lansing. They couldn't have asked for anything better than that.
Hazlitt really needs to respond with a 4th down conversion.
Number
right
3,
here.
Tommy Solomon checking in. It looks like
It
Hazlitt's
looks like
punting
they're
here.
punting now.
They decide to punt. Number 25, Josh Jackard, back to punt. Number 22, Tyler Cole. Number 3, Tommy Solomon are their runners there on the sides. You're going to try to prevent another big return here if you're the Vikings. Jackard takes a snap. Gets the punt off towards the right side. East Lansing's not
It's a good punt.
It's going to stop at the 1-yard line. Great punt by Jackard, down by Tyron
Jackard's
Cole.
punt
With
down
the spin on
inside
that,
the
you couldn't quite
5-yard
tell if
line.
it was going to go in the end zone or get down, but great kick coverage and a
Ball's
great
down by
punt.
number 70,
So
Josh
if you're Hazlitt,
O'Brien.
you got to hope that they pin East Lansing back here and get better field position for their next drive.
Yeah, it was a great decision by the coaches not to go for that 4th and long and pin East Lansing back inside the 5-yard line.
1st and 10, East
And the
Lansing
Vikings on
from their own
defense, they
2-yard line.
return only 6 players on D, but they return a player on each level of defense, being that the defensive line, the linebacking position, or the backfield. And last year they allowed the most points out of any Hazlitt defense in 1997 with 254 points over 7 games. But they're looking to change that this year as East Lansing lines up with 4 wide receivers set. Man in motion. Penley takes a snap. It's a play action pass. He rolls left and finds number 4 out to the flat, and he's tackled down at the 20. Jack
Penman's
Fossum on the
pass
catch.
complete.
Penley's a lefty, so he's going to look to roll left, find some room. He
Number
can either go with
22,
his
Kenny
feet or
Washington.
dump
That
it off to
results in
receiver
East
like he did
Lansing
right there.
First down.
It didn't look like the Hazlitt defense was ready for
Ball
a
was
pass.
No,
fouled
they
at the
weren't.
East Lansing 20-yard line.
They had 4 wide receivers set. Interesting formation. They sent number 5, Caleb Goodman, in motion towards the backfield and then ran a play action pass there. And now they're out to the 20-yard line with 1st and 10. Much better spot than they were one play ago. So Penley comes out. Fullback and running back set. Fullback goes in motion. Hands it off to the fullback right up the middle. And he's brought down. Nice play there
Strong tackle
Armin
from
Mugal,
behind.
ball carrier.
No, nice tackle by number 50.
Stop by number 50, Derek Smith.
Derek Smith on the tackle. It's going
Derek
to be
Smith is another one of those undersized
Second
linemen,
down,
but
7.
really he's secretly very strong
Yeah,
and
very
very
strong kid.
athletic.
It's going to be 2nd and 7 here for the Trojans. The Vikings line up 4 down linemen. 2 linebackers, 2 safeties, and East Lansing in the shotgun here with 4 wide receivers. Penalty takes a snap, looks to option left, pitches it out to Washington, who gets knocked out of bounds just shy of the first down mark, I believe.
The amount of options East Lansing
Washington
had
on
with
the
that
carry.
play, I think gave Hazlitt defense a little bit trouble.
Correct.
They had trips on the right, and they ended up going left with it.
It's going to be 3rd and short here for the Trojans. Look to have 1
Third
yard to
down,
gain here.
1.
Has the defense got to come up with a stop right here. Big play here early in the game. Penley comes in with the signal, received it from his coach. Presumably going to give a nice run up the middle. They come out in that offset fullback, running back set, 2 wide receivers to the right. Penley trying to draw Hazlitt off sides. They give us to Washington to the right side, and he's going to look to get the first down and more. Tackled out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
Carrier, forced out of bounds by number 8, Danny Turpin.
Danny Turpin shoved him out of bounds, but it's going to be a first down for the Trojans.
Again, another strong run to the outside. If East Lansing's going to have that all day, they're going to exploit it.
1st and 10, East Lansing from their own 37-yard line.
East Lansing going to be on their 37-yard line. Jake Pendridge so far run a really tight ship here at QB, making good exchanges with his running backs and throwing crisp passes when he has to. He's got 3 wide receivers stretched out to his left. Like I said, left-handed quarterback. Play action, bubble screen out to number 23. Javon Haynes, who is really East Lansing's star player.
23, Javon Haynes.
He's one of the top
On the
receivers and
tackle,
defensive
number
backs in the
22,
CAC
Tyler
Blue.
Cole, number 6, Sam Wajenki.
It's a good tackle by Sam. He fought over a block to get to that tackle.
Last year, the
Second
East
down,
Lansing receiving
4.
corps combined for 1,400 yards receiving, and Javon Haynes is going to look to make up a lot of that here for a mostly young receiving corps, with the exception of him. Pendridge lines up under center here. 2nd down and 4 for the Trojans on their own 44-yard line. Man in motion is Goodman. And the give is to Washington on the outside. He's tripped up and eventually brought down by number 22, Tyler
Washington, the
Cole.
ball carrier.
Turpin got to him first, tripped him up, slowed
Stop
him
by
down,
number
and Cole
22,
finished him
Tyler
off.
Cole.
Turpin read that play and got in the backfield really quick to slow down number 22.
As a corner, it's important to be obviously making plays on the wide receivers, but it's also very important for them to get up there into the box and disrupt some running plays, which is exactly what Turpin did right there. It's going to be 3rd and 3 from the Trojans on their own 44-yard line. Vikings again looking for a 3rd down stop.
This is a key play.
Haynes
Let's
and
see if they
Goodman
can
wide out
come
at wide
through.
receiver. Play action pass as Pendridge rolls left, looking, throws out in the middle and incomplete.
Pendridge pass
Well read
incomplete.
by Hazlitt and good defense by Connor Brewer.
Yep, Connor Brewer hit the wide
Connor
receiver
Brewer
number
on the
8,
coverage.
Nathan Hall. So even if he may have held on to
Comes
that, it
up
would have been
4th
jarred out of
down,
his hands
3.
presumably. It'll be 4th and 3 for the Trojans here as they're looking to punt. Number 8, Danny Turpin back to return the kick. So good stop there by the Vikings, Jake. They definitely needed that.
Yeah, if East Lansing took the lead 14-0, it would have been tough for Hazlitt to chip away at that. So that was a good stop and gives them a chance to tie this game up in the first quarter.
5 minutes, 24 seconds left in the first quarter. 7-0 East Lansing. As Turpin sets it's a short punt. He's going to let it die there. Hazlitt team scatters away, and East Lansing downs it at the 31-yard line. So here comes the Hazlitt offense out again.
Pendridge
Nice
punt
stand there
down
by the
number
defense, and
6,
they need the offense to
Devontae
pick it up. They
Haynes.
drove the ball well with Brewers' runs last year, but couldn't quite get into field goal range or punch it in for a
Vikings
touchdown.
will start 1st and 10 from their own
Yeah,
31.
the first drive of Hazlitt it showed some confidence, it showed some health, but they really need to
They need a little more.
they need a little bit more to beat this East Lansing team.
Yep. Vikings finished 5-4 last year in the regular season. Lost their first game to DeWitt in the playoffs, so ended 5-5. They were 3-2 in the CAC Red. as they set here, 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. Dickman with the give to Jackert up the middle, but it read well by the East Lansing defense. Jake, the good thing about this offense, that was a good fake. I could hardly tell who had that ball.
To be honest, I was looking at Wajanki, and I was a little confused when East Lansing was letting him run up the middle.
But East Lansing obviously read that play better than I did as they stopped Jackert right there up the middle. But as I said earlier, that's going to be where Jackert's going to need to find his yards, is those quick fullback dives right up the middle. And if they fake it well enough, you got to hope that the defense doesn't know that he has it, so he'll be left alone right up the middle of the field. It's going to be 2nd and 12 on the 29-yard line here for the Vikings. So line up yet again in the wing tee. Oh, be there the majority of this game in that formation. Dickman hands it off to Brewer to the right side, and he picks up about 6 or 7 yards. He's been finding good yardage there to the right side.
Brewer's talented. He knows how to find the holes and get yards.
Yep. Javante Haynes at tackle there, number 6, cornerback. Also good returning player for East Lansing. He'll play corner and wide receiver, but known for his cornerbacking skills. So it'll be 3rd and 6 here for the Vikings. It'll be interesting to see what they do here, run or pass. Brewer's been finding some good yardage, but at the same time, it's a long way to go on 3rd down here, 6 yards with just a run.
Let's see what Coach O draws up for this 3rd and long.
Big play early here for the Vikings. Dickman with the snap. Give to Brewer to the right side, and he's wrapped up and brought down well short of the 1st down marker.
Brewer, the ball carrier.
Got about 1 yard.
Elijah Tyra.
Number 45, Elijah Tyra, brought down Brewer on that play. Understandable play call, though. That play had been working, but at the same time, maybe need to look to pass there on a 3rd and long like that.
Yeah,
4th down and 4
it looked like Brewer
Vikings
had a hole, but the East Lansing
line.
Trojan just made a nice tackle wrapping him up, or else if he didn't, I feel
Elijah
Brewer would
Pendra,
have been
yep.
gone.
Elijah Pendra there in the stop. Josh Jacker back to punt again. He had a great punt last time, downing East Lansing at the 1. Proved large in East Lansing's stop, and the Vikings gaining the ball back, although they couldn't do anything with it here. Here's the punt from Jackard. High, spins end over end, returned by Haynes. He looks to cut right. He's got some room again.
It looked like there
He
should have
cuts
been a
up the
block
middle
in the
again
back
and cuts
call.
left. He's down the right side and cuts back. Javon Haynes down to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's in for a Trojans touchdown. Again, special teams errors for the Vikings. I don't know what's going on in that play, but East Lansing's blocking well and running well here on their kickoff returns and punt returns.
It was a good play by East Lansing, but it looked like the rest missed a block in the back call.
Okay. I saw that too. Cody Starter fell down early in that kickoff, that punt coverage there, but still inexplicable for the Vikings how they could let that happen twice now.
Yeah, special teams make the difference in games, and right now it's making it better for East Lansing.
Number 11, Ali Kamali on for the kick. Pendred the holer. High snap. Pendred gets it down, and Kamali puts it, splits the uprights.
Kamali's kick is
And
good.
the Trojans take a 14-0 lead off huge special teams plays. A punt return for a touchdown, a kickoff return down to the 2, a one-play run-in. So Hazlitt's not making the Trojans move the ball offensively. They're allowing them to get close to the end zone and in the end zone on special teams. Important here for the Vikings again. Got to score here before they let this game get out of control.
Players not surprisingly angry.
Yep,
on
and the
the
coach is
sidelines.
losing patience, as you can tell. Not the way they thought they'd start off their season. And so if you're the coaches, got to be puzzled as to what's happening, but you got to make adjustments and stop this special teams onslaught before it consumes you and takes over this game.
And you also have to try to keep the morale of the players and the confidence of the players up, because an early 14-0.
14-0.
Sorry, the scoreboard
Yes,
is mistaken right now.
Scoreboard malfunction. It says 19-0, but
An early 14-0
scoreboard's
hole
right.
just does not suit well for the defense or special teams.
So Hazlitt got to look to claw back into this game with some early points. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. And the kick from Pendred. Rolls all the way down. Brewer muffles the kick, but picks it back up. Dragged down to the 15-yard line. And offense.
Brewer on the return for Hazlitt. Correction, with Janky
Enter
on the
the
return.
field. Vikings maybe got to look to pass here a little more as they need to get points quickly.
This is the third shot for Hazlitt to get on the board.
Mhm.
They say third time's the charm. Let's see if
I've heard that saying before.
let's see if it pays off for the Vikings this drive.
Come out yet again in the wing tee. You gotta look to somehow maybe try something different with some trickery or some pass plays or something to move the ball. As the handoffs to a Jenke to the left side, and he's wrapped up and shoved way back there by a whole gang of Trojans.
To this point, Patrick,
The
the
Jenke
Trojan
ball
defense
carrier.
looks real strong.
And as something I've noticed is the
Second
runs to the
number
right by
5,
Brewer are
Goodwin.
working much better than the runs to the left by Jenke. Whether that be an offensive line
Second down,
problem
10.
or
Ball's on the Hazlitt
maybe something with the
16-yard
ball
line.
carrier's vision.
Or
I'm
maybe
not quite sure.
defensive line strength.
Yep, or maybe East Lansing might be stronger on the right side of their defensive line. Something's happening whereas they're more successful. Hazlitt's more successful to the right than they are to the left. Second down and 10 for the Vikings. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Dickman keeps it, rolls left on a QB bootleg. He's got some room. Down to the 25. Knocked down at about the 26-yard line. Good keeper, though. They haven't seen that yet for
Dickman,
the
the ball
Vikings.
carrier.
That was a good, successful
Haynes
play for
on the
for
stop.
Hazlitt.
Good fake by Dickman. A lot of the Trojans flocked to Brewer because they thought he had the ball. Dickman snuck out there, bootleg to his left.
Those are the kind of things that the wing tee can do. It really confuses the defense if you run it correctly. It looks like they're a half-yard short. They might be bringing out the chains.
Yep, there could be a measurement impending here. First down, they're
That
calling it.
results in the Vikings first down.
Good sign for the Vikings. Nice run there by Dickman. I
There's
think
no
they should-
better feeling than a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, it feels so right.
Ball is spotted at the Hazlitt 26-yard line.
Has a 26-yard line coming out first and 10. As you look at the offensive line, it's anchored by number 64, Sam Rathbun. Big-time player there, been preparing hard for this season. As Dickman gives it to the right to Brewer. He's got some room as he cuts it outside, but he's wrapped up
Brewer, the ball carrier.
by number 6.
Tackle by number
Devontae
6,
Haynes.
Devontae Haynes.
Another play he's made on the running backs here as he comes out from that corner spot position. Brewer had some room to work if it wasn't for Devontae there.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen East Lansing miss one tackle yet. I feel like if they,
Yep.
if they
Second
get an
down,
arm
7.
around you, you're coming down.
Yeah, they definitely are wrapping up well. We're under a minute here to play. First quarter. Beautiful night. It's a little hot, but you couldn't ask for much better weather here for the first game of the high school football season. Dickman under center. Snaps to give it to Jacket up the middle, and he's stuffed again. They've run that play 2 times and been unsuccessful both times. So East Lansing is definitely something that they prepared for
Jacker, the ball carrier.
and are reacting well to.
Stopped by Russell and Moriarty.
Another third and long play for the Vikings with only 23, 22 seconds left in the
Yep, they got
Third
7
down,
yards to
first
go.
quarter.
16 seconds left in the first quarter. And the life has kind of been sucked out of Jamie Gent Stadium here, at least on the Hazlitt side. Very electric to start off, but
It looks like they're going to wait to the second quarter.
yep, they're going to wait to the second quarter. So end of the first here, and the Vikings are down 14-0. Not the start they wanted, but they
The end
still
of the
got
first
plenty of
quarter,
time
East
to make up
Lansing
this
14,
deficit and
Hazlitt nothing.
turn this into a football game. If you're East Lansing, you got to be happy with the start. Defense has played well. Special teams has really excelled. And when the offense has had to move it, they have.
I feel this is a
We'd
good
like
time
to
to
thank Daryl Chick,
make a
Chris
shout out to our
Reinauer,
cameramen,
Brad
Jonah
Hare,
Brown and
for
Matt
the
Smith, for
appearance
really
and
stepping
condition
it
of
up
our
with the
football
camera
field
work.
tonight.
Good
Doing a
job,
great
guys.
job. First game of the season for us, too, here at Division 22. So we're working out some kinks, but it's been pretty smooth sailing so far. As we get kicked off, we get set to not only kick off the 2012-2013 football season, but the 2012-2013 school year, too. So something to take into account here is the Vikings are going to change ends. Maybe they'll have a little more luck going to our right than our left. Patrick Gifford, Jake Schmelter here. Jamie Gent Stadium as we get set to start the second quarter. Scoreboard here at Jamie Gent Stadium still says 19-0. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But our scoreboard here at home's got it right. 14-0 is the correct score.
East Lansing's running out on the field. The
Defense is looking-
confidence is high right now due to the great first quarter from their special teams and defense.
The Vikings hasn't even really made their offense prove themselves yet. They had one 2-yard drive, and their other drive they got stopped, but it didn't matter because their next time they got the ball, they ran a punt return back to the end zone.
All right, another 3rd and long for the Vikings.
3rd down, 7.
Let's see what tricks Coach O has up his sleeves for this one.
They had a lot of time to talk about it, the whole quarter break, so got to hope that they have a nice play drawn up here. Is Dickman with the snap? Rolling to his right, looking. It's going to be intercepted by number 23, Javon Haynes.
Dickman's pass intercepted by number 23,
The
Javon
pass
Haynes.
wasn't the strong pass.
It wasn't a strong pass. He kind of floated it. He had number 9 Baldwin there, but he floated it to him.
He also waited too long.
Javon Haynes came out of there, sniffing out the whole way, and made the interception.
Baldwin was open initially, but Dickman just waited too long to throw him the pass, and
44-yard
Yep.
line.
Haynes read that like a book.
He's East Lansing's best player both on offense and defense. So you got to expect that from a senior leader like Javon Haynes.
Dickman clearly upset with his last decision.
First pass of the game, interception. Second pass of his high school career, actually. So, as East Lansing lines up here in the shotgun, 3 receivers to Pendred's right. As he looks there, looks deep to Haynes. It's going to be caught. Wow. He's going down to the 10, the 5, and he's in for a touchdown.
He just ripped that ball out of Brewer's hands.
Wow.
It was a
Javon
jump
Haynes
ball, and Haynes just came
with
down with it.
back-to-back stunning plays. Wow.
He's a playmaker.
It was a jump ball between him and Brewer, and he leapt up and got it. Just one play after making an interception on Dickman's intended pass for Baldwin, he rips another one out of the air and takes it for a East Lansing Trojan score, and it is quickly 20-21 pending this extra point.
Haynes is clearly the difference in this game.
And it's 21-0
Now
Trojans.
his kick is good. East Lansing 21.
And this
Haslett
can't be the
nothing.
start you want if you're the Vikings. Down in a big hole early.
East Lansing's scoring drive took 9 seconds off the clock and covered
East
44
Lansing's scoring
yards in
drive
one
was
play.
9 seconds in one play.
Interception return by number
There's a
23,
44-yard touchdown by Javon Haynes catch. Leapt up, took it out of the air. One of the better plays you'll see this week here on the high school football circuit.
Well, Patrick, I'm in awe by that play.
Yeah, I am at a loss for words a little bit. It's kind of shades of last year where we saw F.A. Scott of Mookport for East Lansing make play after play just like that against Hazlett's defense. And this year it's a different guy, but so far the same result.
Again, our scoreboard at the stadium is incorrect. It says 27 when it's supposed to say 21.
And some members of the Hazlett Vikings team trying to pump up their squad, but it's been a rough start here for the Vikings. Still plenty of time, though. 11 minutes, 45 seconds here in the second quarter.
I might have to take a trip down a couple set of stairs to fix that score on the scoreboard.
It has the student section noticeably distraught. Not the start they thought they'd see from their team as Brewer returns a kick. Does that many blockers, tries to cut left and drop down by number 3,
Brewer
Alvin
on
Robertson
return,
on the play.
tackled by number
So
3,
not
Alvin
only is East
Robertson.
Lansing's kickoff return and punt return top notch, so is their kickoff coverage. As you can see, Brewer getting dropped down early.
Hazlett will start first and 10
The
from
student
their own
section is
12
clearly
yard line.
upset as well. I think I see a couple senior girls tearing up a little bit.
Yep, I see it. I see tears. But there's still time, folks. As Hazlett has it on their own 12-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go. Hazlett needs to score here. As Dickman keeps it and throws it out long for Baldwin. He is
Flag on the
getting
play.
chased. There's a flag on the play.
Dickman's pass is incomplete.
Pass is intended for Baldwin. He overthrew him, but he was under a lot of heat. And
It
there's
looks like a
flag.
roughing the
Indication is
passer.
blow to the head by East Lansing.
There's a hit to the head by East Lansing.
I'm pretty sure that's a 15-yard penalty.
Yep. Hopefully
that helps out the drive for
Yeah, they need to
Hazlett.
get some yardage anywhere they can. Because because when the run game's getting stuffed and the quarterback's getting hurried, like you can see here, it's tough for the Vikings to move the ball. That's one downside of the wing tee. It's kind of putting all your eggs in one basket in a sense.
If it's run correctly, the wing tee pays off, but sometimes it just doesn't come through.
So the Vikings now have it at the 27-yard line after getting 15 yards on that personal foul.
Thanks, Josh.
Another shout out to one of our directors, Josh. Great all-around guy. One of my idols, personally. As Hazlitt comes out in a bit of an offset form as with Jenkins lined up to the outside. So runs up to the middle.
Again, I was fooled. I thought Jackard had the ball
Yep.
on the outside.
Number 20, Graham Riley on the carry there, just checking in the game. He's a junior running back. 5 foot 10 inches, 182 pounds.
Jackard, the ball carrier.
Dickman, like I said, a little bit of a smaller guy. 5 feet 9 inches, 161 pounds. Kind of comparable to my measurables, but I'm not playing QB for the Hazlitt Vikings, so. 11 minutes left to the second quarter. Second down, 6 yards to go. The give is to Graham up the middle again. He finds some daylight. Down to about the 40-yard line, and we've said it a lot of times, but they continue to fool me with these fakes.
For the Vikings.
Graham Riley looks like to be a
Stop
promising
10,
second-string running back.
Yep. They'll kind of wait in the wings this year. Then next year will really be his time to shine.
I talked to one of the football players before the game, and he said that Graham Riley looked really good in training camp, and that he looked promising to be a second-string running back.
I would agree with that. He's looked well on his 2 carries here today. He's going to remain in the game here at fullback, as Brewer's still lined up at 2-back, and with Janke, the 3-back, is lined up to the right side, the right of Dickman. Brewer gets a run on the right, cuts it back up to the middle, down the right sideline, pushed out of bounds at the East Lansing 40-yard line. Nice run for him, and he is one of the few parts of the Hazlitt offense that's been finding some room.
Number 5.
That run was right in front of us, Patrick, and he just looked explosive. I was surprised when East Lansing actually brought him down because he just looked so strong.
He's definitely our best runner. Had a big year last year and looking to improve on that this year.
He's like a horse.
Strong
like a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as fast as a horse.
I think I've seen a race between those two before, and it was closer than you may think. Ball on East Lansing's 38-yard line. First down, 10 to go. They continue to line up with Janke far to Dickman's right. It's been working well for him right now.
Let's see if they go back to their strength, which has been Brewer.
Changing the play. See how all the Vikings look down at their wristbands to see what the play call is. The Brewers to a Janke up the middle, and he's wrapped up by number 32 for the Trojans, C.J. McClendon.
32, C.J. McClendon.
So Brewer finally stiffed out a little bit there. Did gain 2 yards, however. 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second quarter as they're on the Trojans' 37-yard line.
Down, 9.
The Vikings, as they always have, hold hands in the huddle. Sign of unity and family, which is 2 of their big mantras here. Dick with the snap. He's keeping it. Rolls to his right. Knocked out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
Ball carrier, Haynes on the stop.
Javante Haynes, not to be confused with Javon Haynes, who had that interception and touchdown. Javante, he's there. Cornerback number 6 there, has made a lot of nice tackles. He shoved Dickman out of bounds there. It's going to bring up 3rd down here for the Vikings.
Again, another 3rd and long situation for the Vikings. Not a good start. I feel like every drive they've had a 3rd and long and have yet to convert.
But this is probably a 4-down territory here again for the Vikings. With Janke lined up to the right of tight end Tom Baldwin. Riley and Jackett in the backfield. Up to Riley right up the middle. He's stuffed by number 78 for the Trojans, Alex Peterson. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Vikings. They tried to sneak a run up the middle there, but the Trojans sniffed it out and stuffed them.
It looks like Hazlitt might go for it on 4th down. Dickman's having another conversation with the coach, Charlie Atluski. Let's see what they decide to do on this play.
Gets all the signals from him, comes back, relays it to the team in the huddle. As they break here for the 4th down, 8 yards to go on the 36-yard line. They really need this. They need to get some points on the board here.
You got to think pass on a 4th and 8 situation.
That's the most viable option as Dickman hands off to Jacker to the right side. He's got some room down the right, and he dives forward at about the 30-yard line, but he's going to come up short.
About 2.5 yards short of the first down.
Close, but didn't quite get there.
Goodman.
So another disappointing drive stopped early for the Vikings. Trojans doing well on the 4th, 3rd, and long situations.
Scoreboard still incorrect at Jamie Gent Stadium. You'd think they'd correct it by now, but I don't know what's happening in that lower booth.
All that matters, the scoreboard on the top of your screen is correct.
1st and 10 East Lansing from their own.
It's got to feel good for your viewers at home.
We try to treat you nicely for the viewers at home. Treat you with respect.
Sitting on the comfort of your couch. It's got to feel good. And I don't know about you, Jake, but I think these Vikings are going to find something deep down to make this game much closer than it is right now. They got hearts of steel. 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Trojans on their own 30-yard line.
This drive is crucial for the Hazlet Vikings. They need to get a stop.
They line up in the I formation. They give us to Washington, and he's wrapped up by number 9, Tom Baldwin there.
Washington,
nice play by Baldwin.
They blitzed with Janke on the outside.
Stop by number 9, Tom
Didn't really
Baldwin.
have an effect on the play since they ran it to the right, but still,
It disrupted the play a little bit.
Down,
yeah, I
8.
like the
aggressiveness
of Hazlet.
It seems
and
like
the
East Lansing
defensive
is always
coordinator.
lined up in either I formation with an offset fullback or in the shotgun. Both formations which have been working well for them. They line up here. The fullback offset to Pendred's right. Motions to his left.
Danny Turpin face guarding.
And they give us to Washington up the middle, and he's tripped up and brought down. Number 72, Magyar, made the
Washington,
initial
ball
hit.
carrier.
And number 6, Samuel Janke, came in to finish it off.
Stop by number 72, Josh
That's
Magyar.
2 strong stops by the defensive line. Let's see if they can make it 3 in a row.
East Lansing's probably looking past here as Pendred gets a call from his head coach.
Let's see if the secondary can play as well
Step
as
up.
the line's been playing this drive.
3rd down, 9.
You got to think that Pendred's looking for Haynes here after that amazing catch he made last play.
Yeah, I think they're going to put Turpin on Haynes.
He's lined up he's lined up to the far right side of your screen. Fossum lined up on the inside in the slot. Pendred gets a step in the shotgun, rolling to his right, looking at Haynes. And Haynes catches it low, makes one move, 2 cuts, and he's brought down at about the Hazlet 48-yard line. Hazlet dropped off in some conservative coverage there.
It looked like Turpin
with a
stayed in his zone,
Yep.
and Wajanki was late to recover to guard
Play
Haynes.
results.
Turpin almost got a hand on that, but if you're Hazlet, you got to know that the Trojans are most likely going to Haynes and put a spotlight on him, maybe even double cover him. 6 minutes left here in the second quarter, 1st and 10 on the Vikings 48 here for the Trojans.
You'd think the impact Haynes has made on the game, the Vikings would be more concerned about him.
Yeah, they
but
got to put a spotlight on him for
he
sure.
was wide open on that play. Doesn't make sense to me.
Trojans line up in a single back set. Fossum out in the slot. Number 5, Goodman, to his left. And they give us to number 1, Christopher Jones.
The ball carrier. Cody Bosma with the stop.
Cody
for the
Bosma
Vikings.
made the stop for the Vikings. It's going to be second down here for the Trojans. 8 yards to go on the Vikings' 46-yard line.
2nd down.
It's the first time we've seen Jones in there. It's usually been Washington making the runs, but Jones sneaking a carry in there. Gained 2 yards. Here as Washington checks back in.
Let's see if the Vikings can dial up another stop here.
Pendred here in the I formation. Fossum and Goodman lined up wide. Halfback draw as Washington takes it up the middle. Stopped short of the first down. Bosma again on the tackle.
Washington, the ball carrier. Bosma with a stop.
If you look there in the Hazlet D line, you see a lot of big guys there up the middle. Number 59, Blake Rowe, freshman, making an impact here on the varsity team.
The Hazlet defense looks a little tired. The hands are on the hips. They've been out on the field a long time since their offense have been stalling.
East Lansing has done a good job of getting their defense off the field quickly, and their offense has spent the majority of time on the field. As they give us to Washington to the left. Cuts it to the outside and wrapped up by Brewer.
Washington
Nice,
Looks to
nice
be a
tackle
yard
by
and a
Brewer.
half short of the first down.
Gonna
Connor
bring up
Brewer
fourth
with the
down.
tackle.
Strong tackle by Connor Brewer. Wrapped up his legs.
If
and
you
brought
look
him
at
down.
the Vikings and the Trojans both, you see offensive playmakers making plays on defense,
Fourth down,
such as Haynes'
2.
interception leading right into his amazing touchdown grab. So definitely players playing two ways on the ball and playing both of them well.
Brewer's making a big impact on this game. It's not shown on the scoreboard, but if it weren't for him,
It might be
the
even worse than what
differential
it
would
is
have
now.
been worse by now.
So East Lansing is punting here on Hazard's 40-yard line. They got a 21-point lead, so they're going to try to pin the Vikings back deep. Number 12, Pendred, the QB, back to punt. Punts and throws lefty. Brewer, Turpin on the fair catch. No, there's no whistle. A little confusion out there, and he's up to the 25-yard line.
Danny Turpin.
Danny Turpin appeared to call fair catch and
But-
acted like it, but
He did. I guess he did, and the Trojans thought
Grant
the same thing I
Vincent on
thought, and Jake
stop.
thought that he called fair catch, but he never actually signaled it. So
the refs
He's-
never
Vikings
acknowledged it
start
with
first
the
and
whistle,
10
so
from their own
Turpin
25-yard line.
looks like he got another extra 8 yards out of that.
nice sneaky play there as the Vikings have 3 minutes and 10 seconds to put together a drive and get some points on the board before they head into the locker room.
It's crucial for the Vikings to get some points on the board, or else the morale will just stay in the pits, and they need to get some confidence
Momentum.
before
They need some
halftime.
type of momentum here.
The parents are cheering them on, trying to get their kids to play their best.
As he gives the Jacket to the left side, he's got some room to work. Nice block by Riley as Jacket shoots up the left side for about
Josh
8
Jeffers,
yards.
the ball carrier.
And Riley entering the game here and making a nice
Armin
impact.
Lugau on the stop.
That's Jacker's best run of the night. He looks natural out there.
Yeah, maybe they should stop trying to force him up the middle, which hasn't
Second
worked, and
down, 1.
let him get out to the flats where he's making a nice impact here so far. As you can see, Hazlitt's not lining up in their traditional wing tee. They're splitting out one running back to the outside of the tight end, and it's been working all right as Brewer takes a run to the right. Cuts down the right side of the 50, and he's brought down at about the East Lansing 48-yard line. He's finding room and making first downs. The Vikings need some other guys to step up, but Connor Brewer is doing what he came here to do, which is gain yards and make big plays.
With Jenkins' lead block there, really made some room for Connor Brewer to find that hole. It turned out to be a big play.
2 minutes, 27 seconds here for the Vikings.
The coaches in the booth seem to be impressed by
I'm impressed.
the offense.
Offense has moved the ball all right, but they've yet to punch it in for a touchdown. They really need to do this on this drive. Stickman takes a snap. Here's Riley up the middle. Picks up about 3 yards before getting forced back by the East Lansing defense.
Again, that's a
Riley,
good
the ball
piece of
carrier for the
yardage for the
Vikings.
junior Riley. I mean, he's not asked to do too much, but yet when he
Step
gets
by
the
number
ball, he
5.
makes
Goodman.
some good plays,
Number
even if they're not
44,
much. He
Mugall.
gets some yardage.
Number 5, Goodman, assisting there on the tackle as a whole
Ball
gang of
spotted at the
Trojans
East Lansing 45-yard
brought down
line.
Riley there on the 45-yard line. 1 minute, 45 seconds left. Dickman with the snap, hands it to Brewer to the right side. Got some blockers out in front of him, but he trips and falls
Brewer, the ball carrier.
at about the 42-yard line, but they got to hurry. They can't
Right
dwell on
down
that
by
one
number
play.
6, Devontae
Brewer had
Haynes.
2 lead blockers there, but it seemed to be he seemed to slip and run into number 20
Graham Riley.
on Graham Riley.
It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the
Third down,
Vikings, so the
4.
minute, 20 seconds
Ball
left.
is at the East Lansing
They got to put a little
42-yard
pep to
line.
their step here. They're wasting some time getting the play call and getting back into the huddle. The clock is quickly winding down here as we're at 1 minute and 15 seconds.
On the 42-yard line.
3rd and 4 here. Taking the snap, the handoff to Wajinki to the left side. He's going to push forward for the first down and more. Brought down at about the
Wajinki
Trojans'
on the carry for
34-yard
Hamlet.
line. But Hazlitt's going to have to hurry
Stop
here as
on
we're
number
under a
1,
minute.
Jones.
Clock stops on a first down.
The Hazlitt does have 2 timeouts left.
That results in
The
the
clock
Vikings
starts
first
when the
down.
ball is
Ball
placed.
spotted at the East Lansing 34-yard
Or
line.
not,
Ball at the 34-yard line.
when the whistle goes,
The
apparently.
whistle blows and the offensive line rushes up to the ball. That's when the clock begins. Got to hurry here if you're the Vikings. Dickman with the snap. He's keeping it, rolling to his right, looking to in the middle, and Baldwin
Oh.
drops it. Incomplete
Dickman's
pass there.
pass
Dickman
intended
took
for
a bit of a
number 9, Baldwin
lick after the
incomplete.
play.
That pass seemed to have some more zip on it than his
Then
last
that-
one.
Yep, he's definitely putting some more mustard on it after that interception by Haynes.
I think there's a sense of urgency in the Viking huddle to score before halftime.
They got it. It's very crucial. 45.6 seconds left. Second down and 10 on the 34-yard line.
I feel the urgency, and I'm up in the booth.
Yeah. I'm with you there, Jake. Jacker checks out and Brewer checks back in here after slipping and falling down. Seems to be okay. Underwood and Baldwin, the tight ends. That'll probably be looked to make some of these pass catches here. Dickman with the give to Brewer on the sweep to the right. Spins off the first tackler and dragged down at about the 28-yard line.
Hasn't called a timeout.
Yep.
That was a much-needed timeout. They're inside the 30-yard line.
Timeout, Hazlitt.
36.4 seconds left. Ball's going to be down at about the 28-yard line.
Patrick, do you think Coach O will let Dickman take a shot at the end zone right here? Maybe pull a quick one on East Lansing?
I think they got to. I think East Lansing won't be expecting it. And if they sneak a tight end out there deep, he may get behind the defense and they'll get a quick score before this half ends.
I also think if Coach O gives Bryce Dickman that freedom, it'll boost his confidence for maybe this throw and hopefully the second half.
So Hazlitt here in the huddle.
If you're looking at some of the haircuts of the Hazlitt football players, they go to a camp called Camp Topeka every year, and when they get back, they shave each other's heads and just weird styles.
It's a form of team bonding.
Yeah, it's a form of team bonding. They really like it.
And up here, we can hear it from the booth. The coach is talking. Coach Bott, the offensive line coach, is yelling at his team that number 5, Caleb Goodwin's causing a lot of havoc in the Hazlitt backfield. So look for the Hazlitt offensive line to key in on him and stop him from getting into the backfield and disrupting their plays.
I just want to do a quick shout-out to the Water Boys, Chris White and Tony Lubis. They're some of my good friends, and they look great out there.
Got their own jerseys and everything. They're really representing Hazlitt well and keeping their team hydrated.
You can't forget about Zach Green, though. He's a firecracker.
3rd and 4 here for the Vikings. Dickman with the snap. And they give it to Riley up the middle, but he's wrapped up and brought down.
They're going to have to call a play quick
By number
or
45,
call a
Elijah
timeout.
Tyra. Hazlitt's got to hurry.
It looks like they're avoiding the timeout to hurry up and play. The coaches to my right are looking a little nervous.
The clock is running. Dickman with the snap and the give to Brewer, who is going to push forward. It's going to be close. So they stop the clock here.
By number 76, Kevin Murphy.
It's going to be close. I'm not quite sure what the officials are deciding about here. And it's going to be East Lansing ball.
Okay.
It hasn't failed to get the first down marker there. It's going to be 12 seconds left. East Lansing ball. Going to be 21-0 heading into the second half.
Ball goes over on downs to East Lansing, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
So Hazlitt's defense back out there.
On the 25-yard line.
East Lansing presumably just a knee or do a quick handoff here. Got to be happy going in the half up 21-0. Or who knows, maybe they'll take a shot. With the receivers they have, they can potentially make big plays, and it looks like Pendrew's got a pretty good arm. But they just take a quarterback kneel here. Then we're going to go into the second half. East Lansing with a 21-0 lead. Spurred on by great special teams play and stopped by their defense when they needed it. And not the start Hazlitt wanted, not the half Hazlitt wanted. But 3 touchdowns in the second half, they can do it.
Hazlitt enters halftime down 21-0, even though the scoreboard still says 27-0.
And as the team's heading to the locker room, we're going to defer here to the Hazlitt band as they put on their show here at halftime.
The Hazlitt High School Viking Marching Band would like to welcome you to their halftime performance of the 2012-2013 school year. Our color guard coach is Mrs. Jennifer Brooks, and the band directors are Dave Gott and Mike Larson. This year's band is under the field direction of drum majors Katie Panter and Matt Hurd. The Viking Marching Band presents the Dream Show of 2012. The dream throughout the season will continue to evolve as dreams typically do. However, our first piece this evening was performed by a dream band, Aerosmith. Although it will act as a prelude within the show, it has all of the Steven Tyler effects, including soloist Jacob Hansen. This is Dream On. As the band shifts position, we want to help you set the mood for the next piece. Although the Sandman has evoked his dreamy state upon us, it's the music of Metallica that sets the stage for our darkened nightmare stage of our dream. Featuring the percussion writing of our instructor Dan Poulter, this piece adds more than long hair and metal to the darker portion of the dream. This is Enter Sandman. The next piece is The Calm After the Storm. It's reflective of hope, promise, and the uncertainty that comes with a dream. Brought from the musical Les Miserables, which celebrates 25 years since its opening, and featuring soloists Megan McNamara and Nick Buchholz. This is I Dreamed a Dream. Reflecting on our dream sequence, you can clearly feel the shifts in moods and states of our dream. In reflection, it's been, oh, what a night. Viking Marching Band would like to invite you back to our next performance on September 21st. At that time, you'll get to see some of the other things that we've been able to dream up. Enjoy the second half of the game, and as always, go Vikings!
Or mine. we're back here after a disappointing first half for the Vikings. Down 21-0 to the Trojans. The Trojans dominated on special teams, Jake, with 2 big returns and a lot more success on defense as they stopped the Vikings from moving the ball. They've been tackling well. What's impressed you the most about this Trojan team?
I think the most impressive thing is their star player, Devon Haynes. He's really stepped up. He has a key interception, key touchdown pass, and a big special teams play.
And the Vikings, they got to move the ball much better and make better special team stops if they want to get back in this game. They do get the ball first. They got to get on the board, cut this deficit to maybe 14, and look and see what they can do from there. So it's important that they move the ball on offense, have much better kickoff coverage, and try to emulate East Lansing's tackling on defense with how well they wrap up and stuff like that.
Yeah, this first drive is crucial for the Vikings. They really need to get on the board. Even if it's just a field goal, they need to start chipping away at this step differential.
They've been able to move the ball to, say, East Lansing's 30 or 40, but haven't gotten to get over that hump in the field goal range or in the red zone. So that's really important for the Vikings. They got to get on the board, and they got to move the ball better, maybe implementing some passes too.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know if Coach Otluski is thinking about this, but maybe a quarterback change to see how Janke does at the quarterback's position. I don't know. Dickman seemed to be somewhat comfortable there,
He's
but
a little tentative, though.
his pick really slowed down the Vikings.
It went one play, the pick by Javon Haynes, and
Tonight's winning
the
number,
next play made a spectacular touchdown grab. So if you're
7-7.
Javon Haynes and the Trojans, you got to be happy with the way he played.
7-7-1.
The Vikings need to move the ball better and make some better stops here to come back in this game and make this close game, which I still think they can do. They got a lot of heart. They've been working hard, but they look to be a little overmatched here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they're only 3 drives away from matching this scoreboard.
It's got to take a play-by-play.
Their offense needs to step up as well as their defense.
Get like a good gain and stops and mesh those
They need
together
to get a good give and take going.
Yeah.
And
Give
their
and take.
special teams. Their special teams
Yeah.
defense has been lacking. Obviously, because of the 2 scores they have.
So the Vikings here getting set to return the kick. Y'all like to move the ball and punch it in, not get stalled around midfield like they had the few other drives. Graham Riley was a nice wild card there in the first half, substituted in and did well.
The Vikings are back on the field.
They look to return this kick. Brewer back deep. Pendred to kick for the Trojans. Hazlitt should maybe be taking notes from East Lansing's kickoff coverage because they have stopped them quickly and not allowed them to get to space, whereas Hazlitt, on the other hand, has given East Lansing a lot of room to work.
Maybe they should be taking notes from the whole team.
Maybe. The kick is wide, and it's going to go out of bounds. And right on cue, when I applaud their special teams, they make
East
an
Lansing's
error.
kick goes out of
Those extra
bounds.
15 yards will give.
Vikings some better room to work.
Yeah.
So ever since 2005, we're just talking some Hazlitt Viking history where they went 13-1 and lost in the Division III final. They posted just one season of more than 6 wins. And their schedule is difficult, but they got to look to maybe reach that 6-win plateau for the first time since 2005, where they had the likes of Nate Turner, Mike
By
McCune,
rule,
players
the
like
ball
that,
will be
made it to
replaced
Ford Field and lost to Caledonia,
at the
but
35
they haven't
yard
made it
line,
that
first
deep,
and 10
even
Vikings.
close to that deep since. It's been 7 years now.
That was when the wing T was harder to decipher, but now I feel like the teams in the area have figured out how
With
to
Nate
stop
Turner
it.
at the helm, he's definitely a good faker as Janke gets a handoff out to the left side. Pushes down there for a few yards.
Sam Janke on the carry for the Vikings.
That's my fault. So not much room there for Jake as he tried to push left. Like we said earlier, runs to the
Russell
left, haven't
Moriarty
been nearly working
on
as well as
stop.
runs to the right.
Without a run game, I'm afraid Hazlitt does not have a chance to win this game. So it's
It's
crucial
a harsh
for them
truth.
to get an early run game this half.
It's going to be 2nd and 10
Second
Second
down,
11 rather. From the Vikings on 34-yard line.
Dickman again informing his team on what play Coach Otluski
When you look
called.
at last year's team with Adam Foran at the helm and this year Bryce Dickman, what do you think is similar and different about those two, and what can Bryce do to lead his team to success?
Let me answer that after this play, Patrick.
Sure thing, Jake. Dickman with the handoff to Janke to the left side. Pushes forwards for about a yard or two.
Well, the difference between the two quarterbacks is Adam Foran was definitely a true quarterback body. He knew how to work the pocket
Janke,
if
the ball carrier.
Coach O let him throw the ball. But
Step by
he
number
was
2, Devin
definitely a
Flaherty.
pro-style quarterback,
Yep.
and hopefully that'll be good for what offense
Third
Hope
down,
runs
7.
because he's playing quarterback there.
Yep, best of luck to him and some other players from Hazlitt's team last year are playing college football. Shane Heston, Peyton Warren are both playing at Olivet, where Billy Hastings is playing at Siena Heights. So best of luck to all of them. So they like to carry on their football career.
Dickman he has a good arm. He's just a little undersized.
Yep.
He might be a little bit more quicker than Foran.
but he's definitely he's been tentative so far here tonight.
He's young, though.
3rd and 7. He's keeping it out, rolling to the right, but he's going to be dropped in the backfield. An emphatic tackle by number 90 for the Trojans.
Down by number 90,
Londell
Patrick
Nelson.
Moriarty.
Quick 3 and out for the Vikings. That is
Patrick-
absolutely not what they needed.
Patrick Moriarty on that tackle. That's my
4th
fault.
down 12.
Sorry, Patrick. 4th and 12 for the Vikings as Jacker is on the punt.
There's not much good you can say about this Hazlitt team right now.
So
They're
here we
just
go.
underperforming.
In terms of adjustments at halftime, let's see how the special teams coverage does here. They've been pretty poor so far. They really need to get
Again,
a good.
Devon Haynes, the playmaker's back.
Goodman and Haynes back to return the kick. Jacker the short punt. It's going to land out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. So that's one option. Instead of kicking to Haynes, you got to just kind of kick it out of bounds. Less yardage on the punt, but you don't run the risk of a return like they've had so far. So has the defense here comes out. Like we haven't really talked about that much tonight, number 59, Blake Rowe. Incoming freshman and has the Vikings team starting on their defensive line.
He's a big kid. I think he's 6'6", maybe 240.
Sounds about. I think a little heavier.
Maybe heavier.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. That was just an estimation by me, but he looks big out there, and I'm sure he looks big down there to the offensive line.
He's been in the weight room a lot. I've seen him there. Nice kid, humble, looking to be a mainstay on this Hazlitt defensive line for the next 4 years. As East Lansing comes out in an offset I formation. Pendred with the give to Washington. Wrapped up in the backfield by number 4 on the play. Nice play by Cody Bosma, but there's a flag down.
Ball carrier Kenny Washington, stopped by number 4.
Cody Bosma got in that backfield quick. He's one of those dark horse linebackers.
Yep. He made a lot of plays there at the end of the first half. Looking to continue that here in the second half.
He's young, and I don't think much was expected of him going into this year.
It's his first year on varsity.
I think he really showed the coaches what he was capable of doing, and
earned a starting role.
Yeah, and he earned a starting role.
There's a legal formation on the Trojans.
Legal formation.
Hazlitt's going to decline the penalty rather than having East Lansing be a 1st and 15. It's rather going to be a second. They're going to choose for it to be a 2nd and 12. Legal formation there on the Trojans.
2nd down 13.
Didn't offset much, however, as Washington got stuffed at for 2 yards. Like we said, Pendred's first year at QB. Left-handed quarterback.
Do you think that left-handed quarterback has any trouble with the wide receivers? Do you think it throws him off at all?
No, I think so far they've been working well, especially his chemistry with Haynes. As he runs a play-action pass, he's looking to Fossum deep down the right side, and he's going to lay out and just missed the ball. Great pass by Pendred. Led him over the head of defensive back Tyler Cole. Fossum couldn't quite haul it in.
That ball, he dove for the ball and it went right through his fingertips. I mean, I give him credit. He made a spectacular attempt, but it was just too tough to pull in for him.
Great effort by Fossum. Good
Tyler Cole did have good coverage on him.
That's what I was about to say. Good coverage by Tyler Cole. He's step for step with them. If Fossum would have caught that, it would have been saying much about Tyler more as the great throw by Pendred, rather. They come out in a shotgun formation. One halfback back, that's Washington. Trips right for Pendred. You got Goodman, Fossum, and Haynes. 3 playmakers on offense. And
Looks like
timeout Trojans. That there's a lot of confusion there coming out as to where the players lined up. And their head coach, Bill Farraco, visibly upset with his team.
Again,
although they have a large lead, it comes down to little things for him, and as he wants his teams to be lined up correctly and doing things the right way.
7-7-1, 6-7-7.
8 minutes and 18 seconds. 8 minutes, 40 seconds rather left in the third quarter. 3rd down 13 here for the Trojans on the 35-yard line. Big chance for the Vikings to get a stop. Force EL to punt, maybe get good position on the punt return. Look to get some points on the board for the first time all game.
Vikings still have 20 minutes left in this game to try to tie it up.
Yep.
That's plenty of time to get 3 touchdowns on the board, but it's just a matter of if the defense can stop the offense.
The Trojans were 5-2 in the CAC Blue last year. They were first place, and they're 9-3 overall, getting 2 wins in the playoffs and then losing in the 3rd round. But they had strong leaders, senior leaders such as Chris Hagan and then F.A. Scott Mookpor, as we talked about, who are both playing college football at high level. And so far it's looking like they're replacing that leadership well with the likes of Haynes and at QB. As EL comes out with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Goodman. Pendred with the snap, rolling left, looking for Haynes, and he's going to overthrow him.
Good
Big stop for the
coverage.
Vikings.
Pass
Yep.
incomplete.
Good coverage from the Vikings. They overloaded the side that Pendred was rolling out to. He really had no options but to throw it away.
As we were talking about with them spotlighting Haynes a little more on that third down play they had earlier, nice adjustment by them, putting more focus on him. He was double
Fourth
covered
down,
there with the man in
15.
front and behind him, and so nowhere for Pendred to go with the ball. He's going to be forced to punt here to number 8, Danny Turpin.
Pendred is also the punter.
And the kicker. And the holder on
He's-
extra points.
He's an athletic guy.
Yeah, he really does him. So,
I bet if the coaches let him, he'd want to play running
defense.
back too.
A running back, huh?
Just kind of looks like
Low
that kinda
snap for
guy.
Pendred.
Oh!
Blocked by number 4, Cody Bosma.
Bosma gets through.
Picked up by number 50 for Hazard Vikings.
Block the punt.
That
Derek
is what the
Smith.
Vikings needed. Let's get a little excited, boys.
Balls recovered
Talking
by
about
number
special
50.
teams, multiple errors for the Vikings in the first half with the kickoff returns that are failing there, but a low snap for Pendred there, couldn't corral it, blocked by number 4, Cody Bosma, making another big play, recovered by Derek Smith. And don't look now, but the Vikings had the ball on the 20-yard line looking to get some points here. That's a change of momentum they really
That's
needed.
exactly what the doctor ordered.
Vikings will start 1st and 10 from the East Lansing.
Strictly coming out of the half, besides the offense stalling, great defense, great special teams.
If I was
So,
Coach O, I would make a quick momentum change
Mhm.
and try to make a shot to the end zone.
Dickman muffles a snap. He's going to keep it on a broken play here. Dives forward about the line of scrimmage. Fumbled the snap there and therefore missed his handoff, but did a good job of just getting back to the line of scrimmage, not losing too many yards.
Kevin Parity.
Kevin Perricky on the tackle.
There's that guy, Cody Bosma, again, making plays. He made that tackle in the backfield on that last drive, and again, getting through that offensive line and making that block.
Yep. Big play for the junior.
He's not only impressing me, he's probably impressing the coaches as well.
Uh-huh.
Making a name of himself. Cody Bosma.
Remember the name. So 6'3", 260-pound Rathbun playing center. Dickman with the give to a Jenke to the left side, pushes forward. Close to the first down, going to be about a yard short. Nice run there for Jenke.
The ball carrier.
Janke started on the right side and then swept to
Yep.
the left side, got the handoff from
And swept it
Dickman.
inside. Good blocks there from both other running backs. As Brewer checks
Third
in,
down 1. The ball is at the East
For number
Lansing 11-yard
32.
line.
Billy Haskins, who laid a nice block there at fullback.
This 3rd down and 1 is much more manageable than those 3rd and longs that
Yep,
you
they're
get
getting themselves in better position here already on this drive instead of 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
Now they can get away with running on 3rd down on this short yardage.
Look for Jackert here straight up the middle, or Brewer running to the right. They give it indeed to Jackert up the middle. It's going to be close, folks.
Jacker, the
It
ball
appears to
carrier.
me, Patrick, he
Appears-
got there.
Appears to be a first down. Good job by Jackert getting that tough 1 yard right there.
By number 44, Mughal.
Sam
And
Rathbun,
76,
Derek Smith
Murphy.
are only 2 returning offensive linemen,
Players
but
off to the Vikings,
Derek
first
Smith
down.
at guard and Sam Rathbun at center and made a nice push there for Jackert to get that
Ball
first
is just
down.
inside the 10-yard
And now his
line.
ball's
First
just
and
inside
goal.
that 10. It is first and goal.
Patrick, with the 3rd quarter almost halfway done, I think it's crucial for them to get a touchdown here. I don't think
Right.
a field goal will cut it.
Yep, 6 minutes, 40 seconds left. The first time the Vikings have been in the red zone. First down, goal to go. Dickman with the snap, give to Brewer to the right side. Blocked by Jackert. Brewer cuts back to the left. He's pushing, and he is
Touchdown!
in for a Hazard Vikings touchdown.
Connor Brewer for
What a
the
run by
touchdown.
Brewer. He weaved through the East Lansing defense and read his blocks correctly and turned into the end zone.
Josh Jackert with the lead block out there, pushing front. Brewer cuts to the left and spun in for a score.
That's just the kind of leader he is.
Some life now for Hazlitt. As with Jenke comes on, as to hold it, Dickman's going to go for the extra point here.
I have
We're
a
seeing-
feeling he's going to get many more of those runs this year.
We're seeing a lot of kicker quarterback relations
It's
here.
a
as-
trend
Yep.
these days.
And high fives all around the Hazlitt bench. The snaps down, and Dickman's extra point is no good. He hooked it left.
That is not what they needed.
Yep, but they did get 6 points on the board. Can't get too down about that. Dickman
Dickman's
hooked his
kick is
extra point a
good.
little. Oh, it is good. Wait, some confusion.
Correction, the kick was not good.
Kick was not good, I'm sorry. 21-6 is the score. 6 minutes, 27 seconds left in the third quarter.
The Vikings scoring drive took 2 minutes and 1 second off the clock.
2 minutes and
Covered
1 second
20
drive
yards
for the
in 4
Vikings.
plays. The touchdown, a 10-yard run.
20-yard drive, capped off by a 10-yard run by Connor Brewer for the Vikings score.
After every touchdown, the Hazel Band plays a fight song. It's also MSU's fight song. I believe they stole it from us in 1865
That's
when
what
the
I heard.
school was founded.
There's been a lawsuit over that, but Michigan State being the big university that it is, won it out. I'm still upset about it.
Our student section is getting lively as well.
So the Vikings, another special teams test here. First
Patrick,
play. Yeah.
Continue.
Oh, sorry. First play of the game. The kick coverage failed to stop the return as the returner got down to the 2-yard line. Number 2 and number 20 back for the Trojans. Parody and famous Tyra. Here's a kick from Taylor. It's a squib. Picked up by Parody. Muffled a little bit. Looking to take it out to the right side. Cuts back middle. Wrapped up by
Good
number
decision
32,
by the
Billy
Vikings.
Haskins.
Good decision by the Vikings to squib that kick.
So we've seen a squib kick and a punt out of bounds versus what they were doing in the first half, kicking it right to the dangerous returners of East Lansing.
Well, you have to adjust when you give up 2 special team touchdowns. And they seem to have done that, which is good.
So East Lansing looks to respond to Hasl's touchdown now with a 15-point lead. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
The sun is almost set,
Yep.
and the lights are playing a factor now, which I personally think is more football-like.
Yep,
and
I like it better when it's darker.
I'm more comfortable in this atmosphere.
Pendred lines up under center. Fossum in motion now to his right. And the give is to number 3, Alvin Robertson.
Have we seen him yet tonight, Patrick?
No, we haven't. It's his first carry of the game. Gains about 2 yards. Third running back we've seen for East Lansing. They've featured Christopher Jones, Alvin Robertson, and their main guy, number 22, Kenny Washington. Josh Magyar on the tackle there.
Josh Magyar is another big-bodied
Big-body
defensive
indeed.
lineman. He's a force to be reckoned with down there. He's a big dude.
Right now, to number 22, Tyler Cole, number 8, Danny Turpin are playing cornerback for the Vikings. Number 2, Connor Brewer's a free safety with Jackard, Bosma, and Wajanki up there, acting in the linebacker role, even though Wajanki's a strong safety. Pendred, single back formation. Looking on the inside, slant to Haynes. He brings it down, wrapped up by Turpin.
Number 23, Haynes.
Those quick slants to Haynes are going to be tough to stop for Turpin. Haynes is just so darn athletic.
Yep. So 1-step drop for Pendred. Haynes took 1 step to outside, cut to the middle.
Pendred didn't even think when he threw that ball.
Decent coverage by Turpin.
The confidence a good receiver gives a quarterback,
Yep.
it's just changes the game.
It's unmeasurable. It's going to be on the 42-yard line of the Trojans. 1st and 10. Stands really filled out on both sides. Large student sections for both. I formation here for the Trojans. Haynes and Goodman, the 2 wideouts. Halfback draw to Washington. Wrapped up by a whole slew of Vikings led by number 77, Nolan Emmer on the tackle. Senior defensive lineman.
Washington on the carry. Magyar on the stop.
Magyar and Emmer
Second down.
teaming up to make that
That play
tackle.
was assisted by Magyar. He's 6'1", 225-pound defensive lineman. Like Jake said, a big body, looking to help out that defensive line, who lost a lot of strong players in Billy Hastings, Peyton Warner, Connor Chattel last year, who really anchored that line, looking to make up for it with some new juniors and returning seniors.
2 of those linemen went to college, as you already mentioned, to play football. They might not be big colleges, but again, in these days, to play college sports, you have to be very talented.
Pendry lines up under center. Jones in the backfield. Looking who is tipped. Broken up by number 22, Tyler Cole. It's intended for Goodman. Incomplete. Nice play by Cole. A strictly special teams player last year, but looking to make a name for himself this year as he lines up as a starting corner the majority of this game.
Yeah, I talked to a player before the game who said Cole's been really impressing the coaches. Cole's a late addition to the team last year.
Right.
Wasn't taken very seriously, but now he's trying to turn that around.
He's
And
definitely got athleticism going for him. It's
right now, he's he's one of the making an impact on this game.
It's 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans on their own 43-yard line. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. Pendra takes a snap. Wide receiver screen, low ball for
Oh,
Haynes. He
no.
picks it up, and he's got the first down and looking for more as he breaks down to the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5 down the left side, and he's in for another East Lansing Trojans touchdown.
The man's a beast.
Yeah,
Cannot be
Javon
stopped.
Haynes is putting on a clinic here at Jamie Gent Stadium. A wide receiver screen as the offensive lineman ran straight forward and set up blocks for Haynes. He used a low ball by Pendra. He caught it, broke left, made one cut, and was gone for a touchdown.
Right now, it's really the Haslam Vikings versus Devon Haynes.
That's what it's looking like, and so far, advantage Haynes. Number 11, Ali Kamali, on for the point after, looking to make this a 28-6 ball game. Pendra with the snap. Brewer almost got there, but Kamali puts it through. And the Vikings, after just scoring a touchdown, are now down 22 points here with 3 minutes, 59 seconds left in the third quarter. At some point, you got to stop critiquing the Hazlitt defense and just paying some respects to Haynes. He is one heck of a player.
It looked like the Vikings had them stopped, but that little under slip
Wide receiver,
screen,
yep.
little slip screen really caught them off guard, and Haynes, with the athleticism he has, really just took over.
So coming in this game, a big question mark for East Lansing is their skill positions. But so far, although the running game hasn't been probably exactly what they wanted, Haynes is really helping the receiving core out and putting points on the board here for the Trojans.
Hazlitt's going to have to start making big plays, looking to the pass more, looking deep, maybe running a couple trick plays just to get quick, easy yards.
Haynes, 6'2", 180 pounds, senior wide receiver.
How tall, Patrick?
6 feet 2 inches.
It's a good size.
You gotta maybe think about him playing college football, taking his football game to the next level here. So far, he's put on a show here at Jamie Gent Stadium. As East Lansing gets set to kick off. Brewer back deep to return. Short kick by Pendra, takes one bounce. Fielded by number 6 with Janke. Number 8 Turpin, rather.
Yeah.
Brought down about the 26-yard line.
On return for the Vikings.
All right.
And Hazlitt's got to inject some life back into this game, otherwise they're going to find themselves with an insurmountable
Last
deficit.
chance for this current 50-50 number, 7-7-1,
3 minutes, 54 seconds
6-7-7.
left in this third quarter.
We'll draw another number.
As of
Two
now,
minutes,
not looking good for the
7-7-1,
Vikings.
6-7-7.
I've seen crazier things happen, Jake. They got a total of about 16 minutes to get 22 points, keep on stopping East Lansing. It can be done, but like you said, they got to get some big plays here.
Got to get some big plays or some turnovers. Both. If they got both, that would help
Recipe
the
for
cause.
success. Oh, early movement there. I'm presuming by number 60.
False start, it looks like, on Hazlitt.
Looked like movement from number 60, Stoddard.
Indication of illegal procedure against the Vikings.
Going to be pushed back 5 yards, 1st and 15 from their own 20-yard line. If you're Hazlitt, with all the excitement surrounding this game and tonight, this can't be the way you want to start your season.
Don't get me wrong, though. East Lansing has looked very impressive.
Dickman then to center, 2 backs. Ujenki stretched out to the right. There's the man in motion. Gets the give to his left. Looking to break it outside. He's going to be wrapped down by his jersey by number 54, Ellington for the Trojans.
Just no room for Janke to wiggle through. He was really stuck. But something's got to give soon.
Correct. They have yet to break a really big run. Brewers had some 10 or 12-yard gains, but not those big runs we've been accustomed to seeing here from the Vikings as they run their wing tee offense.
Again, I think that Otluski has to pull something out of the hat for Hazlitt to get back in this game.
Maybe look for some play action passes. They've threw maybe under 5 times so far tonight.
Fumble.
And fumbled by Dickman, muffed the snap, but corralled it back only to get dropped down in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of yardage and bring up a 3rd and long.
It looked like the handoff from Dickman to Brewer was a little bit off. and the ball fell out between them, and Dickman was luckily able to recover that.
Number 20, Graham Riley checking in for 25, Josh Jackert.
But again, another 3rd and long, not looking good.
Third down, 20 yards to go from the Viking zone 16. Got to be passing here.
3rd down, extra long.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Really quieted down here in Jamie Gent Stadium. East Lansing side, much more energetic than the Hazlitt, obviously. Dickman has a snap, hands it off to Brewer to the outside, looking for the corner, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds.
Brewer on the carry for the Vikings.
Looks to be short of the first down.
Forced out of
Yep,
bounds
by about
number
5
23,
yards.
Haynes.
Haynes shoved him out of bounds, making yet again another play. It's going to bring up 4th down and the punt team out for the Vikings.
It was a solid run by Brewer, but those penalties really set them back. And
they really
put them
dug
out of
themselves in a
position.
hole. It's going to be 4th down and 6. 14-yard run by Brewer, but just not enough for the 20 yards that they had to go there.
Jackards on to punt, it looks like.
Got to look to maybe angle it towards the sideline again. Prevent Haynes from getting an opportunity to run one back. He's done just about everything tonight. Jackards punt.
It looks like it'll be
Drops
recovered.
down about the 35.
Or
Haynes is
not.
going to let it go. It's going to roll down the 26-yard line. Pretty nice punt for Jackard, and Hazlitt's defense is going to need a stop.
Tyler Cole.
Tyler Cole is going to need Tyler Cole and Danny Turpin. Maybe if East Lansing is going to look to pass, he's going to need to come up with maybe an interception. As Brennan Burns, number 7, checks in. I saw Brewer hobbling off the field, and he's getting tended to by our trainer. Angie, great girl. Great trainer.
First and 10,
I've had a few run-ins with Angie, and she just knows how to make you better.
She really does. Looks to be a
One
left.
of the best in the area at the
Sweet.
trainer position,
Looks to be a left leg or maybe ankle injury for Brewer. As the
which is
handoff,
not farewell for the Vikings.
handoff's given to Jones. Gains about 5 or 6
Jones,
yards.
the ball carrier.
Brennan Burns might not be the most skilled
Cody
player
Bosma
out there,
on the stop.
but he understands the game.
And he's going to give his all.
Second down, 5.
That guy gives it 110%.
Second down and 5 for the Trojans. Tackle made by Bosma, making yet again another play. Maybe one of the lone bright spots here for the Hazlitt defense is a play of Cody Bosma.
He's making some big plays at the linebacker position. He's really been the standout of this defense
So far.
that Hazlitt's put out there.
I formation here for East Lansing. Pendred under center. We give to the right side to Jones. Looking for the first down and more as he cuts back towards the middle of the field. Down at about the 46-yard line. Gains the first down. And about
Bosma on the
8,
stop.
9 yards more.
Results in an East Lansing first down.
Jones looked quick on that run. Hazlitt had a couple opportunities to make a tackle, but he just outran him with his quickness.
They've went
Ball
away
fouled
from
at the
Kenny
East
Washington,
Lansing
who's kind of
46
started off
yard
this
line.
game. And Jones has been making some nice plays so far. As Fossum checks in for Goodman here for the Trojans. Both some of the slot receivers and outside receivers.
The energy on the Hazlitt slide line looks really low
Deflated.
right now.
I describe it as deflated. It's offset eye here for the Trojans. Pendrin looking deep to the outside and a flag thrown.
Pedri's pass
As he's looking for
incomplete.
Haynes.
There's a flag on the play.
Turpin was step for step with him, but I think he got a little handsy grabbing Haynes, maybe pulling his jersey.
Obviously a pass interference call.
It's going to be on the right.
A little questionable.
It's going to be on the right hash.
Usually they let a little tackle, a little
Indications
contact
pass interference
go,
against
but
the Vikings.
Hazlitt coaches are upset with the call.
In
Pass
this
interference on the
situation-
Vikings.
in this situation the refs called it.
And the Trojans are going to get moved up to the spot of the foul, which is about the 39-yard line.
The penalty moves the ball to the Hazlitt 39-yard line.
If you're Hazlitt, you can't let the Trojans
First
score
and
here
10,
again.
East Lansing.
First and 10 for East Lansing. 43.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Third quarter, rather. Something we haven't talked about much, Jake. Armand Mughal, the fullback for the Trojans, making a lot of good blocks there for the running back.
Penalty marker.
As you see encroachment here on the Vikings, I'm thinking number 59, Blake Rowe, the freshman. But Jake, talk a little bit about the importance of that fullback position,
Offside,
creating room for the
Vikings.
running back.
Well, yeah, he's the lead blocker. Whenever you run inside or to the outside, that fullback is there to create room for the running back. Another key mistake by Hazlitt with the
First and
young
5,
guy,
Lansing
Blake
to the
Rowe,
Viking 34.
jumping off sides. Not what they need.
The give to Jones as he looks to take it outside. Wrapped up, nice strong tackle by number 25, Josh Jackard.
Jones, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 25.
Josh Jackard might be quick,
Jackard.
but he's also a very strong individual, able to play that linebacker position with ease.
Had the biggest play of the Hazlitt season last year. Crucial game against Chelsea to decide whether or not they got in the playoffs. And Chelsea was driving, looking to tie the game. Jackard had an
Second down,
interception to
7.
seal the win and a playoff spot for the Vikings.
I
Probably-
remember that play very vividly,
Probably
Patrick.
the best moment of his sports career.
The energy in the stadium, at Jamie Gent Stadium, was just through the roof on Jackard.
Something I was hoping might be recreated tonight. But as we enter the fourth quarter here, not looking good for the Vikings as they are down 28-6, switching sides.
It's the end of the third quarter. East Lansing 28, Hazlitt 6.
But if you're Hazlitt, you got a lot more games to work with here. You can't be down about just this one. You got to learn from this. And like I said, there's still time, but you got to learn from this, execute well, and have something to build off here as they look to enter the season.
Right.
They've-
As East Lansing walked over to their sideline, the fans stood up and cheered
Mhm.
because the game's looking pretty in the hands of East Lansing right now. But you never know.
22 points, 12 minutes. It's been done before. This Hazlitt team has a lot of fight in them. Something you have to admire. And so I'm looking at them for, although they may not come all the way back, they're going to at least make this game close.
Again, it would take a lot for Hazlitt to come back, but I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it their all and made it semi-close.
An issue with Hazlitt's offense as well, it has its perks with the run game. Down a large deficit with not much time, it's tough for them to gain chunks of yardage in short amounts of time due to their run-heavy offense. They don't have that many big play passing threats, whereas a team like East Lansing, as they work out of the shotgun, formations like that, a much bigger threat to get a 50-yard pass or something of that nature, as we saw Haynes do in the first half. Pendridge back in the shotgun, 3 receivers split out to the right.
The fourth quarter is on its way.
There's a drum line down to our left in front of the student section, does its thing. Bubble screen,
Oh!
almost intercepted by number 22, Tyler Cole. He read the play.
Pendridge pass
Rebel
incomplete.
read the bubble screen, intended for number 24, Ronnie Russell.
Broken up by number
And almost made the
22,
play. Jake, he's had a
Tyler
nice
Cole.
game.
Yeah, that was
We have a new 50-50
it was a good
number.
read by Tyler Cole,
416-532.
but to make that play, it would have just
416.
changed the momentum of the game,
532.
given
Might have been
Hazlitt
gone.
some
His
hope.
momentum was
Please
leading them
bring that
towards
ticket to the press
If he would have
box.
picked that off, it would have been an easy score.
Yep. And definitely what Hazlitt needed, like I said, entering this quarter, they really need a turnover here on defense. They can't allow East Lansing to gain any more
Oh,
points.
that was a missed opportunity for sure.
Hazlitt needed to stop. Their fans were willing them towards stopping East Lansing and getting the ball back as East Lansing works out a shotgun. 3 receivers split out to Pendridge's right.
Turpin on Haynes, wide right.
Pendridge looking. Sets, looks deep up to Haynes. Jump ball, he can't get it.
There was 3
Pendridge
guys
pass
around
intended
Haynes,
for
and he again
Haynes,
almost came
incomplete.
down with it.
Haynes surrounded in a little scuffle there with number 1 Jones, number 72 Magyar after the play. But don't want that to distract from the nice play that has the defense play. Definitely keying in as Haynes as he takes a knee and looks to be shaken up.
Officials, timeout.
As the trainers rush out to 10
Again,
to
that
Haynes.
new 50-50
This is
number,
not good for East Lansing. This is
416-532.
Clearly their
Please
best
bring your
player,
ticket to the
most
press box.
energetic, most explosive player. And he's on the ground.
Down on his knees, you can see right there. Doesn't look to be too serious as he,
The trainer seems to be smiling.
yeah, weird situation to smile if you're a trainer, but that must mean not terrible things for Haynes.
It looks like his oblique muscles.
Jake's guessing oblique.
It looks like he's feeling around the stomach area.
Bill
That's just me.
Farraco, the coach for East Lansing, played at Michigan State, actually from 1966 to 1968, as we see Haynes exit the field on his own feet. He's also a high school English teacher. Coached at Eaton Rapids from 1988 to 89, and then again from 95 to 98. Coached at Lansing Catholic in between that at 94, and now has found a home for East Lansing as he's coached here since 2004. As he watches his star player Haynes walk off the field under his own power. Gotta feel pretty good with the way his team's been playing tonight. 9 seconds here into this fourth quarter. 11 minutes, 51 seconds to play. Has his defense looking for a big stop here on 4th and 7. Got a big stop rather as East Lansing's coming out to punt. Number 8, Daniel Turpin to return.
It looks like Hazlitt's going to send everyone.
Another bad punt on the snap on the punt, but Pendrick corrals it and gets a nice punt. That's going to land for a touchback.
Pendrick's punt goes into the end zone for a touchback. The
Second
Vikings
bad
will start
snap on a
1st and
punt.
10 from
Last
their own
time it was blocked
20-yard
by
line.
Bosma. But that time Pendrick corralled it in time to get the punt off. The Hazlitt student section participating in their signature cheer and dance. Although the team's down, they're not losing their spirit.
Those students love to dance, Patrick.
I love to dance too, Jake.
I can't wait to be in that student section and dance myself.
Dance the night away. As Hazlitt gets the ball on the 20-yard line. 1st down, 10 to go.
Down 22 points to
Well, with
their
the ball.
rivals EL. East Lansing.
Like I said, it's the 11th year they've opened the season against each other. He gives to Brewer to the right side. He is leveled down.
That was a
Brewer, the ball
strong,
carrier.
Strong
tackle.
hit
That was a man's tackle.
from number 6, Javante Haynes. A lot of confusion maybe lying with East Lansing. They have Javon Haynes
Devontae Haynes on
and
the stop.
Javante Haynes. Javon,
Very
number
second
23,
down
the one
and
that
7.
made the touchdown, two touchdown grabs and the interception, but Javante Haynes made some nice plays on defense as well. 2nd down, 7 for the Vikings. Gives to a Janky on the power handoff. Got about a yard, if that. And then the Hazlitt bench,
Yeah.
really been deflated.
Because Hazlitt doesn't pass that much, East Lansing's only playing a one safety very deep and
Yep.
loading up the box.
They've got up to 8 or 9 guys in the box at a time because Hazlitt's so run predictable. It's been tough for them to get any room to work. They see Javon Haynes, the lone safety in the back, lined up deep.
Good to see him back out on the field.
The rest of the team can just cheat up there, wait for the run. It is 3rd and 6 here for the Vikings. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left in the 4th. Dickman with the pass. Looking up the middle to Brewer, and he misses him. But he did take a bit of a lick
Dixon's pass incomplete.
from number 90 for the Trojans, Patrick Morardi. He had Brewer open in the middle, but with
Fourth down
Morardi
and
charging
6.
him, kind of tough to make that play. And here comes the punt team for the Vikings. As with every drive failing for the Vikings, their chances are looking more bleak. But it's a long season. It's just a first game. Got a lot of things to improve on, film to watch. They're a young team, but there's definitely some improvements to be made, and gains I'm sure will happen here as Jacker gets set to punt.
2 return men this time.
Goodman and Haynes back. Jacker's punt's nearly blocked as it spins end over end.
It looked
Down.
like they got a piece of it.
Down and out about the 45-yard line of Hazlitt.
Jacker's punt goes out of bounds at the Hazlitt 47-yard line.
47-yard line, rather, of Hazlitt's. So Hazlitt sees got to look to stop here.
10 minutes, 19 seconds to go in this game. And
Jake-
the outcome is looking not good for our Vikings.
Jake, another underclassman starting for the Vikings, their tight end, Parker Underwood. Tell me what you've seen from him tonight.
Well,
1st and
he
10 East
hasn't,
Lansing from the
because
Hazlitt 47.
Hazlitt does not pass much, he hasn't made that big of an impact catching the ball. But he appears to be lining up on the side. They're getting a lot of the yards on, so
That's a nice run
he's doing
blocking.
a good job.
As the give, it's a Jones up the middle. Gets about a yard, if that.
Jones on the carry. Stop by number 59, Blake Rowe. Number 4, Cody Bosma.
As you can see down below on the bottom of your screen, Coach
2nd down and
Hamilton
9.
seems to be urging the defense on, but to our right we have Coach Woodworth, the defensive coordinator, calling plays up here from the booth. And Hamilton seems to be the coach, and the the enthusiast down there on the field. Coach Charlie Aluski calls the plays for Hazlitt's offense, and he's also down on the field. As East Lansing comes out, an offset eye. Goodman and Haynes lined up as wide receiver. And just snap and gives to Jones to the left side as he rumbles down in the middle, and he's looking for more. Down about the 24-yard line. It looked as if he almost snuck through up the middle.
Stopped by 22.
He runs
Cole
low to the
for
ground,
Bosma.
covers up the ball well,
That
and
results in East
shed a few
Lansing
tackles
first
there
down.
from Hazlitt.
That's depth at the
Ball
running back
spotted at the
position. If
Hazlitt
the
26-yard line.
third string running back is making plays like that, that's what you like to see if you're East Lansing.
East Lansing returns 3 starting offensive linemen, and 6'5" Kevin Murphy, who weighs in at 252 pounds. 6'3" Tom Nicholson, who weighs in at 295 pounds, and 245 pounds, 6'2" Alex Peterson. And we're seeing what they're doing as they push you on the offensive line. As East Lansing winds up in the Wildcat, Haynes fakes the give and takes himself to the left side as he gains about 7 or 8 yards.
Javon Haynes.
Interesting play call for East Lansing. First time they featured it all game.
Well, the player like Haynes, I mean, why not run it? He's so explosive. He can really
Nolan
just.
Emmer on the stop for the Vikings.
He has his way on the field.
Nolan Emmer with the stop there.
Second down.
We've seen Haynes do it all. Interception, kick return, touchdown catch, screen touchdown catch, and now lining up as the Wildcat QB in the backfield. It's East Lansing back to their traditional offset eye formation. Pedro trying to draw Hazlitt off sides. Hands off to Jones to the left side. Gains a first down and more.
Bosma with the tackle.
Bosma, again, you're hearing that name called a lot. Really the one of few pluses
For
of
Hazlitt
this
tonight.
game
Yep.
for Hazlitt.
Ball was spotted at the Viking 13-yard line.
Ball on the Viking 13-yard
First and
line.
10 East
First
Lansing.
and 10 for East Lansing. Gives to Jones to the left side. Dropped down by number 8, Danny Turpin. Gained about 2 or 3 yards there.
Turpin on the stop.
A stop here would be nice, just to.
Get the confidence up.
I don't know if the confidence can get
Second
up
down,
anymore at this
7.
point, but just to keep some pride.
It might just be coming down to that here for the Vikings' pride, as their chances of winning this game are decreasing with every second that ticks off the clock.
7 minutes, 25 seconds left to go in this game.
Benja with the snap, and it's Jones. Up the middle for a few.
Jones.
We're going to bring up third down for the Trojans.
Derek Smith.
Derek
With a
Smith on the
stop
stop
for
for
the
the Vikings.
Third and 6 for East
Third
Lansing.
down, 6.
The young Vikings team's going to have to look to learn from this.
The Trojans might look pass to get the first down, but I wouldn't be surprised if they ran it just to be just for good sportsmanship, which they do.
They give us the number 3. Alvin Robertson on the carry. He's going to bring up fourth down as he stopped just short.
Looks like they're just going to get a field goal out of this.
Bosma again with another tackle. It'll be interesting to see if they go for it or kick it here. As the kicker,
Fourth down,
Malali, starts
2.
on the field. And here he comes. Here comes the field goal unit. Ali Kamali on for the kick. As the clock ticks under 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Snaps down. Here's Kamali for the 3 points, and he splits the uprights. 31-6 is now the Trojans lead.
That field goal makes this game a 4-possession game with 5:52 to go.
So as this game's out of reach, the season isn't out of reach for the Vikings. First game, lot to learn from. They've showed some good signs here tonight. Some bad ones too, but they've made some nice adjustments in special teams and areas such as that and on their defensive tackling, but they got to look for their offense to gain some more yards than it did today. That's what it's going to come down to. Scoring 6 points in a high school football game isn't quite going to cut it.
It would be nice to get 1 or 2 more scores on the board if you're the Vikings.
So for Hazlitt, they got to take this loss in stride. Get back out to the practice field next week. Prepare for Okemos Thursday night. They got to travel to the Chieftains' home field. Look to put on a bit of a better show than they did tonight, especially offensively.
That's for sure. They just didn't look in sync.
All right. And
Special teams, definitely.
And you expect that with a new quarterback, too. First time the Lions guys have played with Dickman in a real game. And so you can't expect for the transition to be seamless from a quarterback like Ford, who's a starter for 2 years, to Dickman. I'm sure they'll get a hang of it.
It looks like Aaron Bates on the sideline is a little shaken up. He's having a conversation with Angie and his mom and a couple other guys that kind of look like trainers.
Brewer on the kickoff return. Shoots it up the middle and dropped down at about the 30-yard line. As Hazlitt's offense trots out there again, looking to put up some more points on the board before this game ends.
Nathan Hall on the stop.
Hazlitt's sideline visibly upset. It's a long season. Playing 9 games for a reason. It's got to probably win about 5 to get into the playoffs. It's a long way to go. East Lansing, a good team. Not part of their league. Like I said, CAC crossover match. So Hazlitt's got to look to do well in their league against the likes of DeWitt, St. John's, Owasso. And they'll grow from this.
Because the game's out of reach, I'd like to see Coach O give Bryce a little freedom and let him throw the ball a couple times, see what he can do.
Get some reps thrown as Jenke runs out to the left side. And he pushes it to the outside, and he's wrapped up and brought down to 45 after getting first down rather.
Dragged out of bounds by number 44.
The Hazlitt offense has shown some signs. We've had some good runs to the outside from Wajanki and Brewer.
First down.
Solid run by Wajanki.
But
he was dragging people with him for about 6-7 yards to get a first down.
But I agree with Jake. We know this team can run. That's their bread and butter. But at a time like this where the game's out of reach, why not practice your passing game and see how it goes? And they're going to need it throughout the season, as we can tell, with long down and distances such as 3rd and 10 and the likings of that. They're going to need a strong passing game, and what better time than now to try that out a little bit. As the give is to jack it up the middle. Stuff to virtually no gain.
East Lansing's not giving anything up the middle. The only success Hazlitt has running has been to the outside.
Kevin Murphy. 2nd down, 10.
Parker Underwood checking out, Danny Turpin checking in, presumably to play wide receiver, so maybe we can see some passing from Dickman here.
That'd be nice. A little change of pace. Please the fans a little bit.
Turpin lines out wide to the right. Brewer to the left. No tight end set. Bryce on the drop back. Looking left. Throwing deep to Brewer down left sideline. Just out of his outstretched arms. A nice throw and a good route by Brewer. He beat the defensive back number 2, Devin Peartree, by about a step, but tough throw and catch that they came pretty close to completing.
I like the play call. I like seeing Bryce being able to throw the ball. It was a well-thrown ball, just a little out of the reach of Brewer.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Vikings on their own 45.
I wouldn't be surprised if they threw it again.
4 minutes, 52 seconds left. Back into the wing T formation here. Riley and Wajanki in the backfield. Brewer offset to the left side. It's going to be another pass as Bryce rolls right. Looking deep, lays it out there. Broken up by number 23, Haynes.
Broken up by number 23, Javon Haynes.
Dickman yet again rushed and hit in the backfield. He hasn't gotten off many clean throws. Pressured a lot by this East Lansing defensive line.
Dickman threw that ball into double coverage. He was lucky he didn't get picked off by the Trojans. It looks like they're going for it. You'd assume they'd pass it on 4th and 10. But you never know with the wing T.
Fumbled snap. Picked up by Janky. That's going to be a turnover on down to the Vikings on 4th and 10 there.
4:43 to go. East Lansing's ball
Vikings recover their
on
own
Hazlitt's
fumble.
42.
The ball will go over on downs to East Lansing. Ball was spotted at the Hazlitt 42
We had the Hazlitt 42-yard line. East Lansing's ball. Not the drive you wanted for the Viking.
It's nice to hear that the student section is still involved. They haven't given up. They haven't lost support for our football team.
And what we've seen so far with Dickman this game, he's a couple muffed handoffs and snaps. Something's got to correct this week in practice. Looking forward to next week's game. Something we didn't see that much last year, but been a problem for Hazlitt in their history.
He just doesn't look that comfortable out there. I don't know if it's just nerves for his first varsity game or not enough preparation, but hopefully they'll get it fixed for next week versus Oakland.
Nice tackle by Janky there.
Robertson.
Came around the left side blitzing. Tackled Robertson before he got back to the line of scrimmage. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth.
Second down, 9.
31-6 Trojans. They've scored on a kickoff return, punt return down to the 2. A Javon Haynes touchdown, 2 Javon Haynes touchdown catches. As Robertson carries off to the left, but there's a flag down as he got close to the first down marker.
Blake Rowe on the stop.
Blake Rowe with the tackle, the freshman. Be interesting to see what this call is.
Looks like it's going to be on East Lansing.
Personal foul.
The indication is personal foul against East Lansing.
On number 55, East Lansing. He's going to push the Trojans back, negate that run from Robertson.
Number 55 is Matthew Ethington on East Lansing.
Big guy. Has those dreadlocks hanging out of the back of his helmet. Cool look, in my opinion.
It's a football look. It's a 15-yard penalty. Really push him back.
Penalty. Moves the ball to the Viking 49-yard line.
Coming into this season, there's a lot of questions about the East Lansing defensive line. Losing guys. They were returning some good guys in the linebacking core in the secondary, but players such as Evan Dunbar and Brett Van Horn tonight have made place assist their solid linebacking and corner crew, helping to shut down this Hazlitt offense. And it's a really good test for this defensive line, playing a team like Hazlitt that runs all the time.
Correction, third down.
Definitely proved their worth. As it's 3rd and 17 for the Trojans on the Hazlitt 49-yard line. Hazlitt looking to get a stop here and get the ball back before this game ends. Trojans in an offset I formation. Pendred with the give. And Robertson is stopped well short of the first down marker, only gain of 1.
Janky on the tackle.
Bring up 4th down. With Janky with another tackle, he's playing well defensively.
Looks like Hazlitt's going to get one more drive to prove themselves that they can score, which would be nice.
4th down, 16.
4th and 16 for the Trojans. And they're bringing out the punt team. That's all right. Burns dropping back to return the punt. Bit of a confusion on Hazlitt's punt block team.
Gibby's usually not a punt returner, so this is a little strange for him. Gibby's his nickname.
Flag on the play. Deep punt as Burns ranges right. Lets it bounce out of bounds at about the 4-yard line, but there's a flag on the play.
Goes out of bounds.
It looks like it's on East
There's a
Lansing.
penalty flag down.
Maybe someone lined offside.
Yeah, there's definitely some weird movement on both sides of there as the teams are scrambling to get set in their punt block and punt formation.
I assume they'd kick it again.
Indication is illegal procedure against East Lansing.
Illegal procedure on East Lansing. They're going to have to kick that again. Student section for Hazlitt still pretty well filled out. No one's leaving early. All other Vikings are down. 25 points here. So the clock now winds under 3 minutes with 2 minutes, 46 seconds to go.
Has a corrects their mistake and puts Turpin back there.
Punt
We
blocked
got another
again by
punt
Bosma.
blocked.
He picks it up. No, Cole picks it up down to the 15, 10, 5, and he's in for a Viking
Punt
touchdown.
block by Bosma.
Bosma
Tyler
getting
Cole
through
gets it in for a
again.
Viking touchdown.
Not much expected from him
No.
this year, and he's the man to talk about.
He's been the star of the game here for the Vikings on a game where you wouldn't expect there to really be the star for him. 2 punt blocks, a lot of tackles, and he could have easily recovered that block, but he deferred to Cole and pick it up and run it in. Nice score for the Vikings, like you said, Jake, for some pride here, as they're now down 31-12. Gonna go for 2 here. Try to make this a 31-14 game.
Even though it's a losing effort, Bosma's definitely the star
For sure.
for Hazlitt this game.
Played a great game defensively and special teams. Not talked about much coming in the year, but a great effort by him. As the Hazlitt offense comes out here trying to convert this 2-point conversion. Go on the wing tee, which have been in 90% of this game. Dickman keeps it rolling right, looking. Throws incomplete.
That's all right.
Intended
It's a
for
good
number 6 with
decision.
This
Janky.
was pass incomplete.
Score now 12-31, East Lansing favor.
So as Dickman misses with Janky on that play, it marks another incompletion for him. Hazlitt offense has failed to complete a pass all game, but their passing game's a work in progress. I expect it to improve greatly over the year, but definitely not the start you wanted without a completed pass.
2:37 left in this game. Again, nothing's changed.
As it's
Big
kicking
lead
off,
for East Lansing.
so good score for the Vikings. Hazlitt presumably looking at onside kick here. Be interesting to see how they attack this kickoff. Got the hands team out there for the onside, I'm guessing. Dickman out to kick. East Lansing also expecting the onside kick.
Dickman's out there to kick it.
JT Taylor runs out there late. Number 13. Be interesting to see what Hazlitt does here. If they onside squib or kick it deep. They got some options. Looks like they're kicking it deep. Surprised they're not onsiding here trying to get the ball back, but they may know that. It's a short squib kick. Goodman catches it and falls to the ground.
It looked like they were trying to
Yep.
onside it.
So a little bit of trickery. They were lined up like they were kicking it deep, and then Dickman kicked a
Caleb
short kick.
Goodman downs the
But
kick.
Caleb Goodman got it and fell on it. Retained possession for East Lansing. A lot of local media in the house tonight here at James Gent Stadium. Jeremy Sampson, the weekend sports anchor, the local news station down there. Also a radio station calling the game. Sure they're not doing a good job as we are. But hey, that's just me.
We know how to call a good game, Patrick and I.
Hope we kept it interesting for you folks.
Try to do my best, Patrick. Every time I'm up here in the booth.
Did a great job.
Thank you, sir.
East Lansing in the offset eye. 2 minutes, 37 seconds left to go. He gives to Robertson to the left side. He's got some room to work. Cuts back middle. Gets close to the first down marker.
Alvin Robertson,
Robertson's quick, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
They got 3 good running backs, Jake.
stopped by 58.
Similar to
Dylan
Hazlitt.
Llewellyn.
Dylan Flowing on the stop there for Hazlitt, number 15. First time we've called his name tonight.
First and 10 East Lansing.
I just
from
feel
the
every time
49-yard line.
East Lansing's running back get the ball, they're just one step ahead of our defense.
They're definitely quick. Like I said earlier, we've yet to see Kenny Washington, I believe, this whole second half. Started off the game, had some nice runs for East Lansing to start it off. Maybe the running backs are so even that they give them equal time. I'm not quite sure. But 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. First and 10 for the Trojans on their own 49-yard line. Gives to Robertson, the left side, and man, he is quick as he picks up the first down, shoved out of bounds.
Robertson.
And a late flag.
There's a penalty marker down.
Looked like a late hit from the Vikings, maybe some frustration.
I'd be frustrated if I was a Viking down on the field as well.
Can't fault them for that.
Not the game they wanted or expected. Just got out of hand early, and they were never able to recover. A minute 57 left.
Indication of a personal foul
Personal
against the
foul
Vikings.
on the Vikings. Yep, like I said, late hit. What's happening on the field can't change the atmosphere here tonight. There's a lot of fans here. Great night for football. No rain or not a cloud in the sky. Started off a little hot, but it cooled down well. Timeout Vikings here. A minute 57
Timeout
seconds left.
Hazlitt.
Looks like Hazlitt's got their second team D out there. Getting them some reps as this game winds down. Jake, what do you think Hazlitt's got to improve on the rest of the season?
Well, they have to become more fluent on offense, that's for sure. Nothing seemed to be working except some runs to the outside. The defense looked pretty solid. There's room for improvement, but for the most part, they only gave up three touchdowns.
Yeah, a lot of that points for East Lansing's got to be falls to the special teams. A kickoff return for a touchdown and a kickoff that got them up to the 2-yard line. So that's 14 points right there.
14 points.
So if you're looking at 17 points due to strictly their defense, and 14 of those points were just great plays by Haynes, who's a freak of an athlete. So if you look at it, all things considered, not a terrible performance by the Hazlitt defense.
Right. Obviously, their special teams needs to improve with 2 huge plays given up.
Along with the passing game as well.
Yeah.
Not completing a pass in a high school football game. I know running the wing tee and all is run heavy, but you got to be able to complete a pass. But no one to fault there. A little out of sync, but great defense by East Lansing. Dickman made some strong throws, just didn't have much time to work, and great coverage by East Lansing. It's number 20 for East Lansing. Famous Tyra shoots it for a touchdown.
They're just quicker than everyone else.
They're quicker than Hazlitt is what it comes down to. Their running backs especially. It's going to be a 37-12 lead, 38 pending this extra point. But back to that passing game. It's definitely a work in progress, but I see definite potential. Dickman's got a strong arm. Those receivers have a will to get open.
Ali back for the extra point.
Kamali's kick is good. East Lansing 38, Hazlitt 12.
It's 38-12 East Lansing. A minute 51 seconds to go. We'll see if Hazlitt's second team offense goes out there if they stick with the first team. So a Hazlitt community that's strongly focused around their football team. It's going to feel the hurt one of this one tonight. But the sun will rise tomorrow. Can look to improve from this.
You got to be able to bounce back. I know this one's tough, but again, we saw last night Williamston losing 45-0
Correct.
to Ithaca. So, I mean, at least we didn't get blown out that bad. I mean, it's still a pretty significant loss to East Lansing, but
And something we talked about defensive-wise for Hazlitt, number 55, Griffin Fox. Broken wrist, sitting out the game.
it's a key loss.
6 foot 1 inches, 202 pounds. He's a force to be reckoned with there, a linebacker. That hurts a little bit to not have him out there. He'll be back in 3 weeks. Be good for him to be back for this defense. You can tell they need him a little bit with the emergence of Bosma. Maybe they don't need him as much and they can put him in a different spot. Maybe defensive line or something like that.
He's a good player, that's for sure, and
Yep, he's definitely not going to hurt the team.
a well-liked player.
Mhm.
Good locker room guy.
Great guy.
I know this personally because we play basketball together.
The kickoff from Ali Kamali. Short end over end kick. Returned by Ujenki about the 25-yard line. Looking for room and wrap down. About the 37. So Viking offense heads out there. Probably for one last time tonight.
Here comes Bryce Dickman again.
Looking to complete his first pass of the night.
Hopefully they let him throw a couple more passes. Get his confidence up. Such a great kid.
Great kid.
Hate to see him hurt like
I
this.
would know. I put
First
basketball
and
with
10
him.
Vikings from their own 38-yard line.
Dickman runs out. 1:46 to go in this football game. So Hazlitt breaks from their huddle. Looking to string together one last drive for this game's conclusion. As the night winds down here tonight at Jamie Gent Stadium. Brewer, the man in motion. He gets a give to the right side. He's got some room there to the outside as he makes a nice stiff arm and gets close to that first down marker. He's had a strong performance
Brewer,
tonight,
the
Jake.
ball carrier. Stopped by number 20, famous Tyra.
You can definitely tell from this Hazlitt team the kids who had experience last year versus the kids who played JV football last year. A kid like Brewer and with Jenke back there in the backfield making strong runs and smart plays. Whereas other players, young guys, are looking a little nervous and tentative out there. As Jenke gets a carry up the middle.
First down for the Vikings.
Not with Jenke. Riley, rather. Playing fullback for Hazlitt. A minute 10 left of the game, 1st and 10 on their own 49 for the Vikings. Dickman with the give. Number 32, Billy Haskins, as he gets wrapped down.
Haskins,
To little to no gain.
Stopped by 14, Kalen Glasgow.
Caleb Glasgow on the tackle, number 14 for the Trojans, who also has their second team defense out there, similar to what the Vikings had. 2nd down and 9 here as the clock winds down to 40 seconds. Dick with the snap and the give to Riley up the middle. Wrapped up by number 35 for the
Grant
Trojans,
Riley, the ball carrier.
Grant Vinson.
Stopped by 35, Grant Vinson.
Aluski gives the call to Dickman with only 25-24 now seconds left.
3rd and 7 on the Trojans' 48-yard line.
This game far out of reach for the Vikings.
Dickman with a pass, he's looking deep. Scrambling to his right, throwing deep. Number 2, Connor Brewer is open and breaks it to the right side, looking for his scores. This game winds down, stiff arms, and he gets in the end zone as time expires. Nice way to go out for Hazlitt.
Dickman
First completed pass for
number 2,
Dickman.
Brewer for a Viking
Finds Brewer over the
touchdown.
middle, who makes a nice run after the catch. Stiff arm and scores here as time expires. Final's going to be 38-18.
Although that touchdown doesn't impact the game, I feel it's a good confidence booster for Bryce to hopefully it turns over into next week against Okemos and another touchdown for Connor Brewer today. One running, one in the air.
Hazlitt's going to come on for the point after. Down 20 now. Or maybe not. That's going to be the game, folks. And that's our final here at Jamie Gent Stadium, 38-18, East Lansing, in a game where special teams played a huge role. Starting off early with East Lansing,
Final
kickoff
score of
return,
tonight's game,
down
East
the
Lansing
2-yard line, and
38,
also a punt return for a
18.
touchdown. Hazlitt made some
Next
adjustments
action
on the
for
second half,
Vikings
special
next
teams-wise.
Thursday
They had a
night,
punt block
Thursday
return for a
night, August
touchdown.
30th at
But Hazlitt's
Ultimate.
offense failed to do much. The tackling from East Lansing was
The students
strong
and
and
staff of Hazlitt
couldn't
High
really
School,
break in
thank
any
you
big
for
plays,
being here
Jake.
tonight. Please travel
Well, you
carefully
know,
on your way home.
Hazlitt, they gave it their all.
Uh-huh.
They're not an experienced team, a lot of young guys. A young quarterback, which really affects the offense. And I mean, it's just a learning process. I mean, hopefully it only takes one game to learn, but you never know.
There's definite room to grow for this team. They have a lot of strong potential. Showed some signs tonight. Defense played all right. Nice ending note for Dickman on that touchdown pass, and they'll get better. I trust in their team. They got a lot of heart and a lot of room for improvement, but I think they'll do it here as we end tonight. First football game of the season for the Vikings, and we thank you for tuning in, and hope you have a great rest of your day, and good luck to the Vikings this football season.
So long, folks.